Fancy lad.
Fancy lad.
Fancy
Podcast,
lad.
fancy lad.
Fancy
Podcast,
lad.
gonna talk my friends. Gonna share a
Fancy
thought.
lad.
Gonna have a laugh. That's what I
Fancy
thought.
lad.
Fancy lad.
Fancy
Fancy
lad.
podcast. Fancy lad. Fancy lad
Fancy lad.
podcast. Yeah.
And we are back.
Ooh, baby. That is correct.
Back on the Fancy Lad podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And for all the loyal, sweaty, and deranged fans that are, loyal pawns out there, loyal listeners.
Yeah, you know who you are, you pawns.
Yep. You goddamn pathetic freaks who only
Filthy?
have... They pretty much only live for this, hour and a half escape weekly from their sad, pathetic lives.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like we only cover how sweaty and deranged they are.
Yeah.
When on top of that,
We never talk about how
They're
sad and pathetic they are.
they're filthy.
Uh-huh.
They smell bad.
Absolutely.
They don't know how to sit correctly.
No. I could go an entire episode talking about their sitting techniques.
It's bad. It's sloppy.
Oh,
sloppy
my
sitting techniques.
God. Oh, my God.
But anyways, all those loyal sweaty deranged fans out there.
I mean, I know that they've been probably clamoring for another episode since, is this season 4?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It's the first time in season 4 that we took a 2-week hiatus.
Ah, man, what a hiatus it was.
Oh, God.
What a beautiful little hiatus.
I know. What did you do with your hiatus?
Let's see. Well, I spent a lot of time. I cleaned the bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided that I didn't like it clean, so I filled it up with dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I got a bit of dirt in there, it's like, feels like I could use a little bit more dirt. I put more dirt in there.
Yep.
And I was like, you know what? Let's throw some earthworms in here.
That makes sense, because when I see Tom, I think of him as a guy, when he sees a hole, he's got to fill it.
Yep.
Pretty much.
With little worms.
With little worms and a whole bunch of dirt.
Yep, a whole bunch of dirt. So I spent pretty much the whole 2-week time just tending to those little earthworms in the bathtub.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
And I named all of them.
What was the first one that you named?
The first one that I named?
Yeah.
His name was Worm 1.
And the second worm?
Worm 2.
All right, I'll stop, but just give me the name of the third worm.
Oh, the third worm?
Yeah.
Well, that was Gracie.
That's what I was gonna guess that, but I didn't want. I thought it was a little too obvious.
Well, after I got past Worm 2, I was like, you know what? I could give these worms human names.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking of that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just name them Worm 1, Worm 2, and then keep going.
And named Gracie after Gracie Jones.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of View to a Kill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's James Bond.
That's James Bond. Yeah. That's one of the James Bond movies.
Yeah.
Which Christopher Walken plays the bad guy in that.
Interesting. See, I'm not too much of a James Bond guy.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you're a huge fan.
Oh, I love James Bond.
And a scientist of all things Britain.
Yeah.
And that falling under that umbrella. However, I am a Christopher Walken fan.
Oh.
And I will name my top 3 favorite Christopher Walken movies right now, unsolicited from the audience.
Okay, perfect. Let's hear them.
Joe Dirt.
Number 1.
Number 1, Joe Dirt.
No, that was very good. He's great in that.
Yeah. Possibly one of my favorite Christopher Walken movies of all time.
All right, hit us with number 2.
Number 2, and this is possibly because of the role, his fantastic role that he plays.
Right.
Pulp Fiction.
Oh, God. I mean, yeah, he's great in that.
Mm-hmm.
He really is. You know who else is great in that?
Who? There's a lot of people. You can name any name right now.
I know. I'm trying to think which one, because there's
I'll give you a hint. It was directed by Quentin Tarantino.
Okay, so it definitely has Duncan Fulhauser in it.
Yeah.
And he's great.
Of course.
I love him.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear number 3.
Number 3. You know what? Call me an old softy. I'm going to have to go with Batman Returns.
Ooh, baby.
Yep.
Wait, what is he in Batman Returns?
He's the guy with the white hair and
That's right.
And he's
he has,
like, "Hey,
gloves.
Catwoman,
Yeah.
the
Hey.
penguin's over there."
Oh,
Catwoman,
yeah. Okay,
what
that's
are
good.
what are you doing with the penguin? I don't understand where Batman is.
Yeah, he sounds a little Eastern European almost there.
I think that was pretty spot on.
I mean, it was pretty spot on.
Catwoman.
Catwoman. I've got these gloves on my hands.
You take this fish, you feed it to the penguin.
That's good.
How was that?
That was good.
Okay, good.
That was good. That was a lot better.
So that's my top 3. And I encourage all these sweaty and deranged listeners at home to, maybe divulge their top 3. I don't know.
They got to have them.
They got to have
them. They got to have them.
Right. And speaking of top 3s.
Oh, boy.
Mhm.
Dude, I know what that sounded like.
You know what that sounded like, and I'm going to tell you what it actually is. It's a Clown Shoes brand beer, Space Cake Double IPA.
Oh, double.
Going all out this episode.
Well, this may surprise you, Bigzo.
Mhm.
Oh.
Jeez, that sounds very familiar, actually.
You know what? It should sound familiar because you just heard it moments ago.
Yeah.
Because it is also a Clown Shoes brand beer, Space Cake, double IPA.
That's exactly what I was going to guess.
Double IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are you going to ask me what
Oh, yeah, I
I've
guess.
been doing
Yeah, I mean,
with my
I guess.
couple weeks?
I'm
that we've had
going
on?
to sip this beer real
Yeah,
quick.
no, feel
Let me
free.
try that.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Ooh. It's very rich.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a 9%er, so you're going to want that
Oh,
rich.
shit.
Oh,
9%.
yeah. Alcohol.
Uh-oh.
It's an adult beverage.
Ooh, whoa.
Yeah.
So anyways, what have you been up to?
You know, Tom, I'm glad you asked.
Mm-hmm.
I got the goddamn COVID.
You got the COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to announce it on this podcast to all these loyal fans out there. COVID-19. I don't know if you've heard of it. I tested positive.
I mean, I did hear about COVID-19. I don't know where I was. I missed the first 1 through 18. I never heard of those ones.
Yep.
But 19 I was very familiar with. I mean, I feel like it took up most of the year 2020.
It's all over the news.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
2020, COVID-19.
Yeah.
Could be difficult for historians to figure that out. But anyhow,
Mm-hmm.
how are you now?
I feel fine. I feel great. Thankfully, I can say that for myself, I didn't get it as bad as, a lot of other people.
Mhm.
I did have diarrhea for at least a week, though.
Ooh, die for a week.
Yeah. So you got to imagine that's not pleasant.
So that's why everyone was buying all that toilet paper.
Oh, yeah. You got to imagine what your asshole feels like after a week of diarrhea.
I don't really have to imagine it.
Oh, you don't?
No. Are you kidding me?
So you've experienced it.
I haven't had a solid movement since 2007.
They say to see a doctor after like 3 days.
I haven't seen a doctor since 2004, so it's not going to happen.
All right. Well, there you go. You heard it here first, folks.
Mhm.
Tom, anti-doctors.
Pro-vaccine, though.
Pro-vaccine. He's a pro-vaxxer. Anti-doctorer.
And on the case of die, it can go either way.
But he loves Doctor Who,
Oh,
falling under the Brittain umbrella.
Oh, yeah.
And he loves Doc Brown.
That's true.
So it's weird that he claims he doesn't like doctors,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm calling him out right now as a fraud.
Fuck. You caught me. Was it my Doogie Howser bedspread?
No,
that
it was
gave
the
away?
fucking PhD you have hanging on the wall. You are a fucking doctor.
Ah, well, I just had so much extra time over these last 2 weeks.
Yeah, okay, the story checks out.
I knew you didn't get much done while you were sick, so I wanted to make you feel better by making it seem like all I did was raise a bunch of earthworms. When I actually also got my doctorate.
Yeah, what was the fourth earthworm name again?
The fourth one? I mean, I only named the first 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I could tell you the name of the fourth one, but it wouldn't be again.
But you killed it, so you didn't want to name it.
Well, I
I
didn't-
felt bad about that.
Well, that's the thing is, like, once you name something, when it dies, it hurts more.
Yeah, once you baited it on that hook, you said, "Poor little unnamed earthworm."
Yeah.
Gah! And then fed it to that fish, and then killed that fish and ate it.
Oh, I don't eat fish.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like to go to the pond and feed worms to fish.
Mm-hmm. Because you
know?
like the fish, yeah.
Yeah, because I like the fish.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was gonna say, the worst thing about the COVID-19 getting it was probably accidentally giving it to my mom.
That was worse than the diarrhea.
Yeah, that was probably worse than the diarrhea. Although my asshole was chafing a lot from all that wiping, as you can imagine.
But that was from the diarrhea.
That was that was unrelated, but the diarrhea was bad too.
Okay. Well, how's Nancy doing?
She's doing great. No, she's not doing great, but she's doing better. I think she's doing well enough. She had a very long Nancy Gives Her 2 cents on the Colin Reed episode.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking maybe we could just call her right now real quick, just for a sec, just to touch base and have her give her 2 cents, IRL.
So you want to do a Nancy Gives Her 2 cents right now?
Well, let's just give a Nancy Gives Her 2 cents for the people, just so they can see that she's doing A-okay.
So this is a special segment called Nancy Gives Her 2 cents for the people.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, but same theme song.
Same thing song.
Okay, cool.
Well, you can always just carrot that for the people.
Okay, maybe. We'll see.
For the people.
We'll see. Well, you know what? We'll find out what happens when the episode comes out.
Take the soundbite, right?
Okay, ready?
For the people.
Okay, cool. We'll see what happens. All right, so let's play that theme music.
All right.
Nancy gives her 2 cents. Nancy gives her 2 cents on the Fancy Life Podcast.
For the people.
This is Nancy Murray. I was just telling. I was watching the concert from the inauguration, and Justin Timberlake just did this incredible song called "Better Days Are Coming." It was so emotional and so beautiful.
What a talented individual he is. Great actor.
He sang with another guy, but I don't know who the other guy was. I'll have to look him up. But both of their voices blended were so beautiful. Were absolutely so beautiful.
Produced by, Timberland. Timberlake, produced by Timberland, when he was bringing Sexy back.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like that song, Mom?
Bringing Sexy back, of course. Who doesn't like that song?
Where he's
That's
like,
an absolutely
I'm bringing Sexy
incredible
back.
song. Yeah,
You
I know, but this was all these musicians that are doing this concert. Even, I know you don't like Bon Jovi, but he sang "Here Comes the Sun" from Miami, Florida, and the sun was just coming up, and it was just like so beautiful.
You're telling
really
me
beautiful.
You're telling me that son of a bitch did a cover of the Beatles?
Yeah,
in Florida?
He did. And I thought in Miami, it was from Miami. All these musicians are singing from all over the United States. And Justin Timberlake, he was in Memphis, Tennessee. But they were, the only one that so far was actually at Washington, D.C., at the Lincoln Monument, a Lincoln Memorial, was Springsteen. He started the concert.
That's good.
And he was actually there saying he was cold.
All right, Mom, listen. No one gives a shit about the inauguration.
was complaining about being cold.
Listen, no one gives a shit about the inauguration, okay? They all want to hear Nancy's 2 cents.
I do, and it was a very emotional day for me, and I am very, very happy to have a new administration in the White House.
Well,
for
absolutely.
me, it was a very emotional day.
Well,
I watched it, Nancy. I was watching the inauguration today.
Well, I was just.
Oh well, thank you, Tom.
Yeah, of course.
Some support over here.
I am more concerned about the sweaty and deranged fans who I just told everybody that you're making a speedy recovery of the COVID-19 because I announced that I had the COVID-19.
I wouldn't exactly call it speedy. Maybe yours was speedy, but mine is taking a long time. I mean, I'm going back to school for the first time tomorrow. I'm like terrified. because I don't even know if I can make 7 hours in a mask work, because I haven't been wearing a mask in my own apartment,
Right.
and it's going to be hard to like be breathing under a mask for 7 hours. So hopefully I make it through the day tomorrow.
But you're doing better.
I'm doing better. I don't have all my energy level back, but at least I have my voice back. I'm not coughing as much. I don't have a fever. I don't have the chills. I mean, I basically had everything except I didn't have the COVID toes, thank God. Because one of my coworkers, she's only 36, she has the COVID toes, where your toes turn purple.
Yeah.
And they're in a lot of pain.
No one wants the COVID toes.
That sounds horrible.
No.
I have 2 corns on my big toe, and that's bad enough.
I can imagine. That must hurt, putting your foot into a shoe.
It does.
But Nicholas Bigzo/Nicholas made a much speedier recovery because he's a lot younger than me. So thank God we're both on the road to recovery.
Well, sorry again for giving you the COVID. If I could go back and change everything, I would have.
Well, little did we know.
Yeah.
So, little did we know. You thought you had an upset stomach from drinking warm kombucha. So who could tell?
Yeah,
who would know?
The diarrhea. I thought because I left the kombucha out the day before, I just assumed that, that was the diarrhea. And Matt, my roommate agreed with me. He said, yeah, it was probably the kombucha. You can't drink day-old kombucha.
You're not supposed to. And we just assumed you had a stomach ache. And so we can only move forward, and thank God that I was recovering at home and not in the hospital.
Yeah.
And I am just very grateful that I'm getting stronger each day. I'm just very grateful.
Well, everyone's very grateful of it. All of your fans are grateful.
Ever want COVID?
No, I don't.
None of the fans ever want COVID. It is really awful. So protect yourself and wear a mask. That's my advice.
But down to the brass tacks here, the sweaty and deranged fans, they want to hear about your 2 cents for Colin Reed.
I know. And unfortunately, my 2 cents expanded into a dime. And I condensed it, though, by myself. So
hit me.
I just tried to take the important things and leave out the rest, because it really, really, I got really into that interview, and it was really, really good. So anyway, I'm going to start with, it was good to hear that Bigzo was actually mentioning hidden knowledge, because I think that knowledge is a good thing in anyone's life.
Yeah, I don't even know what. Maybe I need to listen to the episode again. I don't know what you were even talking about when you mentioned that.
Yeah, so you'll have to listen to it again, because you were talking about knowledge and education, and how it wasn't that important. And then you said something about hidden knowledge, and I thought that was good. So I thought there was a little ray of hope there coming from your heart.
From my cold.
So I had to mention it.
Coming from my cold black heart.
I wouldn't say that. I know you better than that. And I'm going to go on to Matt, and I'm going to say that whatever, I did not understand what awards you were trying to nominate Matt for. So I said whatever the awards are, I agree that he needs to be nominated.
It was Skater of the Year.
Oh, okay. So definitely he should be nominated, right? I mean, I think all the fans would agree too. And let's say when the weather gets warmer, I'd like to come and photograph Matt, just because, I don't know, I always think that my photograph is going to hit the cover of a magazine. So that's just how I feel.
I still want to do a little bit where you're filming a trick. You film one of my tricks, and somebody's filming just our interaction the whole time.
Well, we could do that too.
There you go.
It has to be a little warmer out.
But I'm going to be skating a fat stack. I'm going to be hucking. We're talking 12 stair.
We're talking, really?
Oh, yeah, I'm jumping down them.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
tossing my carcass down a 12 stair while you film it.
That is pretty much what it's going to end up looking
so
at.
I don't know if Tom is having the confidence in you over that.
He's doubting me, but, if I get you behind the camera, it'll be that boost of confidence that I need to really go for it.
Listen, I'm just laughing at referring to your body as a carcass.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I figured it was the 12 stairs that you were, not being too confident about.
Why do you think that's laughable, the idea of Bigzo skating a 12 stair?
I don't think it's laughable, but it kind of makes me a little nervous.
That's
kind of makes me a little nervous because
that's the beauty of the bit, that tension between your nervous energy and my hucking my carcass down this 12 stair is going to be the dynamic that really drives this bit home.
That is an interesting dynamic.
One that would be really interesting. Hopefully there won't be any injuries on that one.
Yeah. But back to the sense.
But back to Matt. I think he has to peak before 2025. That's like way too far away.
Oh, he peaked in high school. Don't worry.
Well, I'm talking about a skater.
Mm-hmm.
He has to peak. He has to get on a cover. He has to be nominated. He has to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I don't like to talk about counterfeit money. I mean, that kind of was like, whoa, wait a minute here. We're not talking about counterfeiting any money.
Why not, man? Money's all just like made up anyway. It's just paper, man.
Because it's a crime.
Yeah, but who decides the laws, man? I could say going for a walk with a dog is illegal, and you wouldn't like that now, would you?
Because that's not illegal.
Yeah, but I could say it is if I was the man.
Yeah, but it wouldn't make it.
You would just be making something up in that case. But the Walmart thing too. I mean, who was I raising?
Oh, when I was stealing all the tapes from Walmart?
A bong at 10 and then stealing at Walmart? I mean, come on.
All right, Mom.
I mean, my sons were all, raised to be decent human beings.
First of all, I got to say, everything I've learned, I learned from Ross and Todd, okay?
That's true.
They taught me to steal at a very young age. It started with Banaka spray, and then they introduced marijuana to me. They were 4 and 5 years older. So if you have anyone to blame, it's your older sons.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to be proud of me.
God.
I mean, like I said, this is a petty... Stealing tapes from Walmart is a petty crime.
Right.
Okay? No one gets hurt from stealing tapes from Walmart.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations is way expired at this point.
Way expired.
So we're good.
And also, you got to think of it this way. If I was... You weren't going to buy me tapes. They're too expensive. I made my entire livelihood and my passion in life. I created Fancy Lad on the foundation of stealing tapes from Walmart. Can't you just be proud of me?
Not for stealing, no.
And I thought of it.
That's horrible.
And I thought of it
All
after
this stuff
smoking
is
that
coming
graphics
out.
bong at 10 years old.
Yeah, I think this is way much. But anyway, I'm going back to Fancy Lad now.
Mm-hmm.
I think Fancy Lad, okay? I think Fancy Lad should have some sort of vote on what band is Colin Reed gonna do in his music video.
Oh, he just
Fancy Lad.
It's too late.
Did he reveal it?
He just revealed it.
Oh, what band was it?
And who is it? Can you tell your fans?
I will tell, because this is public knowledge, because he released a video on Instagram. I feel well, let's hear your guess real quick.
Oh, well, my guess was Green Day, but that was, I'm sure, way off.
I talked to AJ. AJ threw a guess in the ring.
Yep.
AJ guessed Pixies.
Interesting. It was actually Weezer.
Ugh.
The band in question was Weezer, officially.
Oh, okay. All right. So everybody knows now. So
You remember, Mom, you remember Weezer? I used to listen to Pinkerton all the time, driving to the Medfield skate park.
Yeah, but that's a really appropriate response for it being Weezer, you gotta say.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I kind of do remember the band, but I don't remember. If you asked me what they played, I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
I
Well,
couldn't.
I maybe. Yeah, I won't even try to think of a song. Maybe you'd remember Buddy Holly.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I remember Buddy Holly.
moving forward. Do you have any more?
Are we even comparing Weezer to Buddy Holly? Please, that is not even a That doesn't even. It's a please.
They have
That's like apples and oranges.
They have a song called Buddy Holly, Mom.
Yeah, the song's called Buddy Holly.
He's like,
and that was one of their hits. So we assumed that might be one you remember because it was one of their radio
and the chorus starts like this, ooh wee ooh, and that's all you get.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. So there goes my idea over that because he's already revealed his band.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also praying for a commercial for Fancy Lad, like a big commercial.
Oh, big
something
commercial.
big.
Yeah,
for the
something
TV.
Big. Yeah, something really big on I don't care where. I mean, probably on the internet, but I just think like a big commercial would be fantastic.
Well, we just filmed a commercial that will be revealed in 2 months. So keep your ears open to the podcast.
All right, I will. And I like the idea of artists supporting artists. I think Colin Reed said that.
Yeah, again, I don't really recall. I don't listen to these episodes after they come.
Well,
They come
I listen
out
very carefully.
and they just exist.
Okay, well, I listened very carefully, and I thought that artist supporting artists was fantastic. And I think Colin seemed to be working very hard on his spirit quest. So I was actually asking Colin Reed to get creative with Bigzo, Tom, and Matt.
I know.
I just think that I'm putting a special request out there to Colin, if he's listening, to get creative with Bigzo, Tom, and Matt, because I think it could be so fantastic.
He's a busy man. His time is not worth collaborating with Fancy Lad. He
He's
knows that we're a bunch of losers, and
and he's our age.
And he's our age, and he knows.
It's like looking in a mirror that makes you look like you're better and you succeeded.
Yeah,
but you didn't.
And he knows that Bigzo is going to die penniless, which I've been telling all of my friends.
Come on.
And I had to edit I had to edit him saying that out of the episode so much. He just kept saying in between everything. By the way, Bigzo, you're going to die penniless.
You guys have to get over all that.
Mom, I'm like Van Gogh. I might as well chop my ear off at this point.
Listen, you both are as important as Colin Reed, and you have to start thinking that way.
I'm a pathetic loser.
Yeah, you got to stop that. That's ridiculous. Okay. I mean, please.
So we need positive mental attitudes, is what you're saying.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I think you guys need to really band together and be creative.
Okay.
And I love that Colin gave Fancy Lad many compliments. Like he said, Fancy Lad, all the videos have the same feelings, but he said that you push it further every single time.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really a nice compliment.
That was, and it was accurate too.
Yeah, he said some insightful stuff, some stuff that maybe other people were thinking but couldn't
put into words.
Yeah. Enunciate? Or no, I guess not enunciate.
Pronunciate.
No, not pronunciate either.
Oh, God. He also said that he was talking about a skater.
There you go.
Articulate, yes.
Yes.
He was talking about a skater named James Craven, and that just piqued my interest because I actually wanted to look him up because he said he skates with nature. I mean, when he was saying about different skaters and what they do,
right? I
just thought, okay, I got to look up James Craven just to see what he does. And maybe your fans would be interested too. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look him up, so now you know more than I do.
And I'm also a believer in the GoFundMe. I know you keep putting it off and putting it off, but I still think that GoFundMe for Fancy Lad to produce a film, you know?
Well, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it to try to raffle off the van, and that's a commercial that we filmed that you'll see in 2 months because we won't be able to edit it for that amount of time.
All right. Well, I'm asking Colin for one of those extra shirts also, size medium, please.
I asked him for shirts, and he didn't send any.
Because he said he had all those shirts hanging around.
I'm going to hit him back up.
And he was trying to get rid of them.
Yeah, I'm going to hit him back up after this podcast.
Yeah, hit him up and say, bro, where are the shirts?
Tell him that Nancy asked for a size medium.
I will.
Because that would be nice to have one. And, all right, I'm getting near my end. You and Bigzo, I think he was talking about swapping creative ideas. And I think you guys all can swap creative ideas and accomplish a masterpiece together. I just think you can. And the other thing I want to say, the last thing I want to say, Colin sounds like he put in a lot of hard work into his career. I'm sorry about his bad back, but I also think I'm going to wish him a lot of good luck on becoming a pro because I think he deserves it. From his interview, it sounds like he's really worked hard to get where he is. And he left the interview with core strength and posture. And I'm all for that. I think that's fantastic.
Well, that's great.
Knowing that he had such a bad back and he's in a lot of pain.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was in a lot of excruciating pain most days. I mean, that must be really, really hard to live with. So,
yeah.
Anyway, I'm happy to talk to all the Sweaty and Deranged fans. Hopefully next time I'll be a little bit better because I'll be a little bit more recovered from COVID. And I hope all of you fans stay safe out there, wear your masks, stay 6 feet apart, hand sanitizer, because I don't wish this on anybody. It was really awful.
Well, I'm sure that they all wish you the best as well.
Mm-hmm. And we're happy that you're doing better, Nancy.
Thank you. And all of you, everybody, have a wonderful, peaceful night. And I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Mom, I'm sure I'll talk to you even sooner than you talk to Tom because I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh. Yes, we'll talk very soon. Love you too.
Okay.
Anyway, you guys have a wonderful podcast. Talk to you soon.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
God, what a wonderful woman.
Oh, man, it was great to hear from Nancy. And you know what? She sounded like she's doing a lot better.
She really is, And I think that, in this life, you got to count your blessings.
Mm-hmm. And she didn't mention whether or not she had the COVID diarrhea. But
she did not, I believe, for the record. She could have kept that a secret from me, though.
That could be a secret.
Yeah, that could be a secret diarrhea scenario.
Who knows? Some people like to keep die secret.
Maybe she didn't want that one to be known.
Oh
whoa.
What the fuck?
Okay, first of all, we did not announce any special guest on the podcast
Holy
as of
shit.
now.
Well, I guess that cat's out of the bag.
We're taking a break.
I think we got a special guest. You know what? Let's take a break.
Let's take a quick break, and then we'll introduce our very special guest on this podcast.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
All right.
How did he even? He's controlling the computer.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Let's just take a quick break.
Could you pause it, please, so we can take a break? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Life as a Southern sheriff can be pretty taxing. Taxing on the mind, taxing on the body, and taxing on the soul. That's why when I'm feeling my most decaffeinated and dehydrated, I reach for a mocha sombrero.
Mocha sombrero.
A Mexican-style chocolate stout with additions of coffee and vanilla. All right, no, I'm trying to do the script here. All right, if you're just going to keep doing that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, it's got coffee. It's got coffee and it's got vanilla. I don't care if you're doing the back. It's got coffee and vanilla, and it's a stout recipe. And the malt flavors, the sweet vanilla. Jesus, oh my God. You know, this is very distracting. Very distracting. You know, if you want to know more about Mocha Sombrero from Clown Shoes Beer, why don't you go ahead and visit clownshoesbeer.com. Go on now, get
Yeah.
And we are back.
Oh, yes, indeed, we are. And that was a good break.
Oh, God, it was one of my top 10 breaks of all time.
Oh, man, it's one of those breaks you just dream about.
That's what I usually say, but in this scenario, I actually classified it as in my top 10.
Right. But, now that you mention it's one of those dreams that you dream about,
Yeah.
I've been dreaming about dreams a lot and breaks.
Right. And I can't tell you how many times I've infiltrated Tom's dreams in a sort of Inception scenario, and
Yeah.
I've been like, Tom, what the fuck are all these Kit Kats doing around? Have you been dreaming about breaks again?
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat dream. But, speaking of infiltration, our little situation here was just infiltrated. We just had a hacker hack in.
It's true. And
We've been hacked.
I mean, I told you to change the Wi-Fi password multiple times. I didn't think Skate or Die was like the best password to use because
Right.
I thought it was pretty obvious. But
Yeah. So I thought Skate or Die 69 would be a little less obvious. Fuck.
I guess you're right.
But still, I guess, too obvious
Yeah,
because we've been hacked.
we've been hacked.
It's good to be back, guys. It's good to be back.
Oh shit,
Dude, you know what? And you know what? Honestly, it's good to be hacked since it's you.
it's good to be hacked.
You know?
Be back.
And
It's good to be hacked.
without further ado, let's introduce our Fancy Lad podcast guest, Her Majesty, the Grind Queen themselves.
Shalom.
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 How we doing?
Oh, we're doing great. I mean, I was scared for a second when we heard this ominous voice come in. I didn't know who it was. We were being hacked. This is scary. We have a lot of very good top secret interviews yet to be released on these hard drives.
Yeah.
With we're talking top tier skate people here, We're talking, I'm not going to give any specific names. I'll give initials though. We're talking your TH. We're talking your NH. We're talking
TH.
BA.
Okay, so Brian Anderson.
Oh no, that was actually it was Black Arm.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So Scott Bourne.
Yep.
Okay.
I guess I could have done SB.
So TH and NH.
Tony Hawk.
Oh,
It's gotta be TH.
damn it. Well, no, it doesn't have to be. It could be
First two letters on my think hat.
Yeah,
That's what it
damn it.
probably is.
And NH,
Uh-huh.
I'm guessing is Nate Herwood.
Damn it. All right. Well, okay. I guess we don't need to lock up those hard drives. People can just guess who the interviews are with.
I guess that password first T is tuned in a little early.
Yeah.
Thought I should catch up with you guys again.
Yeah, welcome back. A friend of the podcast, the Grind Queen.
What's
Always
going down?
always good to have you back.
Oh yeah.
Let's just say that right off the bat.
Thank you,
We'll get that
Shalom.
out of the way.
Yeah.
Thank you and Shalom. I think last time since we spoke, Clown Box released. You guys came through with the Smith grind you promised me.
That's right.
That's true.
At least one Smith grind in there.
And
Coming through.
For that reason alone, I knew I could trust you guys, and here we are again.
Yep. See,
That's how you form a relationship, everyone.
you got to be a man of your word.
Mhm.
All right. When your word is your bond.
Yep.
Bond, James Bond.
Yep.
You got to be a man of your word, Goldeneye.
Shalom.
So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to catch up on. I mean, I guess we'll get into the Pacifics soon enough.
Mhm.
But we've been following your page.
Yep.
And we've been noticing you've been gaining a lot of traction on your little meme page there on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you guys.
And
Shalom.
Shalom.
I think the most impressive thing to me is the Grind Queen truck that you dropped.
Thank you so much. That was a finally thought that I've had for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we have the perfect truck?
Right.
If
And-
only we had the perfect truck.
And I kept saying to myself, the perfect truck doesn't exist. And then once I saw that truck, I had to stop myself mid-sentence.
Yeah, to stop. Not even mid-sentence. It was like 3/4 of the way through the last word.
Mm-hmm.
The perfect truck. He was pretty much like, I mean, why don't you do it? I think you do it well.
I was like, the perfect truck doesn't exist.
And there it was.
But you kind of did a ramp slow-mo.
At what part?
You're like, the perfect truck doesn't exist.
Oh, when I actually did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'll take that again. The perfect truck doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm. And then you shit yourself.
Right.
I mean, I guess we didn't actually, I could cut that out. We
that was
didn't need to
because
tell
of the COVID.
people.
That was because of the COVID.
That's true. That was because of the
Yeah, I
COVID.
heard you got COVID, but you're all better now?
Yeah. You know, it's just good to get it out of the way.
Just another My War, huh?
It's just good, you know, just to cross it off that bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
Just another thing you know you can beat.
Now,
Right.
what was harder? Was it harder to overcome COVID or kickflip the
Kickflip the
stare?
5. I was before you said anything, I was gonna answer you with kickflip the 5.
I think
So,
I saw that clip
that
on
is-
your Instagram.
Goddamn! Man.
I think it's because Grind Queen said my war,
Yeah,
and that was that was your war. That was your war.
that's true.
That was one of your wars.
That's true.
I've seen many.
I mean, I was battling with my roommate Maddie for the
Right.
record.
Oh yeah.
He was going at it, and he was having these rocket kickflips that weren't getting anywhere. I was like, "Oh my god, these things are pathetic. I definitely have this in the bag," and we bet on it.
We don't need a rocket flip, shame, Maddie.
Rocket flips mean no shalom at all. No shalom to those that rocket.
Rocket
Yeah.
flip, that's a major no, Shalom.
No shalom.
Well, no shame in it. You know, Reynolds has had even great rocket flips, but I just knew, just judging by his flick alone, that I was going to kickflip the 5 before him.
It was in the bag.
You know?
Well,
anyways-
you're a pro at the end of the day, so.
Yeah.
Kickflip looked pretty pro.
Thank you.
That is true.
I appreciate that.
You are a professional skateboarder, so kickflip
Saw
down
that
a
you
5
had last
stair.
part in the video.
And I didn't post this, but I did just have my pro model autographed by Devin Sawa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
The Mr. Idle Hands, the Mr. Final Destination, Stan himself from the Eminem music videos.
That's pretty shalom.
And now Fancy Lad's biggest stan.
Exactly.
He's a huge Fancy Lad stan.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking dope.
SLC Punk, the list goes on. But, you know, just a quick plug. You'll see a Fancy Lad skateboard, hopefully, in the horror movie that he's featured in Black Friday, coming out November 2021. So mark your calendars.
Mm-hmm. November?
I mean, it's got to be.
Oh, presumably.
Black
right?
Friday.
Yeah, Black Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we had this conversation. Yeah.
Exactly. But
Timing is everything.
enough about Devin Sawa. Back to the Grind Queen theirself.
Yeah.
Okay. Just to break it down for the people at home who haven't seen the truck that we're talking about, you basically took the best elements of every truck that's ever been created and you decided to combine them all into one.
Yep.
100% correct. So I reached out to my investor, Mikey Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
and, after a long conversation, we both knew it was time. We're sick and tired of the truck industry being monopolized.
Uh-huh.
Tired of the standard, hollow trucks that are now being produced, and he told me, he said, you know what, I'll take a break from selling these homes and enter the world of Shalom. And, together we created the Grind Queen Truck Co. It was only sold at KCDC and it sold out really quick.
Damn.
How many did you print out of curiosity?
Produced about 420 models.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you say print? Or produce?
It was like 3D print to the mold. It's 2020 now.
So
This
these
is how
are-
we make
these
the
are-
trucks.
That'd be sick if you could 3D print metal.
I mean,
No, that'd be
it's just a
ideal.
matter of time.
Anyways, it's like not get carried away on this 3D printer thing.
Yeah.
So they sold out right away.
Sold out right away.
KCDC must love that.
It's about time they get a little business.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, yell exit Amy from KCDC. She's been a long supporter of the lad.
I stepped in there one time before they became the #1 distributor for the Grind Queen truck. And I just knew by looking at the 3 Josh Harmony boards on the wall.
Yeah.
That this is the place where I'm going to sell the
And then-
Grind Queen trucks.
And then she married Eric Ellington,
Oh, yeah.
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 the GOAT.
R.I.P. to that mini rat.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to that mini rat.
Right.
So that's why you met Ellington there.
Yeah, that's why I met Ellington there.
That makes so much sense.
Right.
I had no idea.
But, he could have been there on his own volition.
Well, I know. That's what I assumed.
Yeah.
Oh, this looks like a man that's here on his own volition.
Yeah. But no, he just happened to be married to the owner of the shop.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Oh, and now me and Ellington are best buds.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Don't
He won't stop. Honestly, he won't stop hitting us up about being on the podcast.
I know, and I'm fucking sick of it.
Listen, Ellington. I know we're trying to get everyone past the present that was ever on zero.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to you.
We'll get to you. In the meantime, will you stop challenging Big in these online chess app tournaments? He beats you every time.
Nobody knows that fancy lad is on chess. This is news to me. You play chess?
Oh. Everyone in the Fancy Lad house plays chess.
Really?
It's a staple.
Chess staples.
Why, you like chess?
Fancy lads do more than just acid and skate. This is news.
Yeah. Well, what do you think makes Fancy Lads so smart that they can play chess? It's all that acid.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense when you think about it.
We're going to have a Fancy Lad chess tournament, actually, pretty soon. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be filmed and publicized to Jenkem magazine as a feature.
Yeah, I saw y'all destroy that Corvette.
Dude, that was a fucking Camaro, bro.
You thought that was sick. Wait till you see us play
Camaro,
chess.
Corvette, whatever. I don't care about cars. I just know that the car lovers were hating, and I love to see that shit in the comments.
It was a guy.
Wait, were they mad?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see any comments.
I was scrolling through that shit. That was hilarious.
Wait, people were mad about the car?
That was pretty hilarious, actually.
Everybody who loves cars was just crying.
Everyone was like,
Wonderful thing to see.
Yeah, a couple of my favorite comments. People were like, first of all, they're like, oh, am I the only one who feels bad for the car? But then I love this comment that somebody was like, oh, yeah, nothing more punk than driving a vintage car to a suburban driveway and smashing the shit out of it. And I'm like, every time I read a comment like that, I want to reply and I want to be like, who the fuck are you, the punk police? Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Why is it important to you to try to even justify that we're punk in the first place? Or challenge us of our punk validity?
He had no idea it was at the, whose house was that at?
That was
the
Mike
fingerboard homie?
Yeah, Mike Schneider.
Yeah, he was right about the
fingerboard legend.
suburbs, though.
That's mad funny, hating on the suburbs.
It is so funny to complain about that. Like, where the fuck are you going to put that thing?
But why
Listen,
would
we
you...
thought about putting it behind the train station, and we decided that wasn't a viable option.
But why does the element of punk even come into it? Like, when was the title of the video, hey, punk fucking edit, we destroy a fucking car, bro? No, it was the 94 Camaro edit, and there was a fucking 94 Camaro in it. So fuck you, whoever wrote that comment.
That shit was funny, though.
Yeah.
Who paid for the car?
Well, I'm glad that you liked it. Technically, well, let's say it was just split between me and Jenkem. The whole edit was a split venture 50-50 between Fancy Lad and Jenkem.
That's cool. Shalom to Jenkem.
Yep. Shalom.
Shalom.
I think that's where I originally heard about Fancy Lad, so, I mean, if it wasn't for Jenkem...
That's true. They've been down since day one.
They put a lot of light on Matt Tomasello, and he's a very slept-on goat.
Yeah. I mean, you got the Rodney Mullen and Bath Salts videos, which have over 1 million views. Mm-hmm. But then also you got, if you go back, I mean, they made an article about our first video, but, they premiered our true first video, what I call, which is actually the second video, New Hell.
Right.
You like New Hell, Grind Queen?
Yeah, I've seen it once. My copy is scratched, so I'll have to fucking re-download LimeWire and crawl back into the past and download that shit.
Well, that shouldn't be too difficult for you.
No, I'll
like
download that and
hacker
then I can
extraordinaire.
just get Pig Slaughterhouse at the same time.
Yeah.
Which I have on DVD.
It's worth a watch, I'll tell you, because it takes you to a time. Now, you can't really even make this video nowadays because everything's changed because of the internet, but this was a time before Instagram, if you can imagine that.
Oh, I can imagine that. I remember those days.
Yeah. This was the revolutionary thing about the video. It was a time before Instagram where you didn't have to, where we made it a great video where you didn't have to be killing yourself, but also was an amazing video. So imagine that revolutionary thought.
You know what is weird? It's during that time too. Because that's right when Instagram came out. Say around then. That's where I was hanging out at the house on Spring Park Ave, and it's like it's like you, Eric, Fisk, obviously, Legs, John, Sean, Crazy CJ. I think Jordan was there too for some reason. But anyhow, CJ asked me, he's like, "Oh, do you have Instagram?" I was like, "I had it. I deleted it. It's kind of, I don't really like it. It's stupid." And he was like, "Nah, it's awesome. You should re-download it."
It was dope when the edits could only be like 15 seconds long.
Well, this was before.
dope.
This was before even video. This was like when it first
I remember when it was
come
on
out,
photos.
and it was just like. So, all you listeners out there, if you want to scroll down on @Tom Tweak's Instagram page, if the first like 5 photos I think on there are all from that house, and when they have Big and they have Fisk and they have CJ Jorgensen.
Also,
I think there's a photo of Bigzo at Five Guys.
Oh, nice, dude. I don't remember that one. But I remember at the same house, Spring Park, Mark Weiss telling me about Instagram and him being like, "Dude, you got to download this app. It's super sick. It's like Twitter, but for photos."
Yeah.
And I was like, I looked him right in the face and I said, "That is the stupidest fucking idea I've ever heard, Mark. Okay? That's not going to catch on. You're an idiot, and I want you to leave my home."
And that's the last time we ever saw him.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
remember
like
I got Instagram because my girlfriend told me to get an Instagram. That's how it all started. And then it was whack for a while.
Hell yeah, dude. You got a girlfriend?
Yeah, I got a girlfriend.
Is your girlfriend another meme account, or how does this work?
No, she just inspires a lot of the memes.
Oh, okay.
Shalom.
She's the real grind queen.
Behind every great man,
Is a grind queen.
there is a grind muse,
Shalom.
if you will.
Oh, I will.
Yeah. Hitchcock had one.
Yeah, she's
They'll
like,
have them.
she's like Rosa from Shorties.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Dude, I know.
Buried in the bolts.
Oh, man.
I know. Dude,
It's getting hot in here.
she comes into bed and then she's just covered in all those bolt indents in her body. And it's like,
Nice.
"Baby, what the hell you been doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah, just show her the glowy creeper track.
Yeah. Does
Yeah.
anybody
And
else?
it's game over.
Does anybody else find the 1-inch Shorty's hardware intimidating?
Yeah, a little bit. But I got to say, the fact that Jamie Thomas is hell-bent on the 7/8 inch
Thank you for bringing
Allen
that
key
up.
hardware.
I think I saw him
the Allen
talking
key,
about
yeah,
that
right.
in the 9 Club.
Yeah,
Was he? Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
please continue because I wanted to talk about this actually.
because he bought hundreds of 7/8 inch Allen key hardware once they were starting to go off the market.
What of what? Just in general, or
Yeah,
of-
because
okay,
he-
I thought you were talking
because he-
Silverado specific.
Because he didn't want the hardware sticking up 1/8 of an inch past the bolt because he was too concerned with his finger getting caught on it and it cutting his finger. That now I'm very confident that I have a bigger penis than Jamie Thomas. I'll be right back.
That has happened to me. I have cut my finger on the tip of the bolt before, but not enough for me to say, you know what, from here on out, 7/8 hardware, Allen key specific the rest of the time. Grind Queen, I'm interested. What are your thoughts on this?
I just think it's bizarre that he was worried about clipping his fingers on his hardware, but he was
No.
never worried about clipping his Smith on a kingpin.
Dude, seriously, right? Okay, and you know...
Monster trucks.
Mhm.
They
Right.
didn't-
No.
They had a standard kingpin. They were one of the heavier trucks.
They were one of the heavier trucks for sure. And,
Love that logo, though. Just the creepy eyes on the hanger.
I mean, the logo, you can't get wrong with the logo.
That was dope. That's the truck you want to be skating around Halloween time.
Oh, dude, I mean, if it's Halloween, you're going to want a truck, you know,
Or ruckus trucks.
ruckus trucks, creeper, obviously.
Shout out to Jason Adams
Yeah.
riding ruckus trucks.
Dude, major yell exit to Jason Adams.
Some people might picture him as like an indie dude, but
Right.
he was always on the ruckus vibe.
What I feel like he was he not on Ace for a bit?
I don't know. Ace wasn't really around then. I remember him a lot of Ruckus ads. He had the dopest sponsors. Black Label,
bringing the Ruckus.
Duffs. Let's talk
Dude,
about Duffs.
Dude, Duffs. That actually is a good thing to talk about.
Duff shoes brings us right into Ragdoll.
They had a bunch of crazy ads, like all the what was it, like bloody bunnies getting like born or something.
Yeah, with Ragdoll.
Like the Playboy bunnies or something.
Yeah.
Between Duff shoes and Hubba wheels, man, Transworld used to be kind of fun for a 13-year-old to flip through.
Dude,
did you ever jerk off to a Hubba ad?
Guilty as charged.
Dude, my locker in high school, I had Hubba ads on the inside of my locker. That's what I had on the inside.
Yeah, Hubba was super rogue. I mean,
times
have changed for the better.
What are your thoughts on those plastic cores that they had that looked like they were 3D printed? They were like had like little like polygons in them and shit, you know?
All I'm saying is I'm glad that Pig Wheels does not fuck with the cores. We
don't need the cores.
We keep it, the only wheel with the signature squeal. Riding pigs.
Yeah, you've been pushing hard for the pig revival.
Yeah, I just had a revelation probably I've always been riding pig wheels. Fuck with pig bearings.
Big Corey Duffel fan?
I like Corey. I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite when I say this when my voice is all, sounding crazy on y'all's podcast. Thanks for doing that for me, by the way.
No problem.
But man, he's a little tough to listen to sometimes with that list. But I know he has had some struggles with like the whole Big Brother incident, but I know he's not a bad dude. I like Corey. He's just a nerd at heart. He's just a nerd.
Sure.
You gotta love the nerds, man.
Well, that's another one that we should get Corey on here sometime.
We should get Corey on here and we should
He's
let him know.
by not linking with Fancy Lad because it goes back to the revelation I was having where it's kind of I'm thinking about the Pigwood Slaughterhouse video and it just generated a lot of the nicknames for skaters, and that was always like maybe called like a hash thing or like a punk thing in skating.
Right.
Slash.
They were the ones making marketing nicknames for dudes to make them probably, more cooler, which is always sicker in skating. You want to chalk them up like they're like
Bigzo.
Like exactly.
Tom Tweak.
Yeah, and Fancy Lad has a lot of nicknames. So
Floppy Tim.
Guys are kind of where I'm kind of heading with this. Not doing a good job of explaining it, but it's like you guys are almost like the new Pig Wood.
Damn right, we're the new Pig
It's
Wood.
kind of like weird shit, like remember Ragdoll doing just a bunch of weird shit in this part, and like hang-ups and firecrackers, and you guys have kind of evolved from that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, the shit that Matt Tomasello's doing, and I saw the whole video with like the Bigzo flip thing catching on.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I've seen that shit on the internet.
And thank you for calling it the Bigzo flip.
Yeah, it's definitely the Bigzo flip.
Well,
backside Bigzo, frontside Bigzo.
Invented
what is it? It's like a pressure flip,
invented
slap
by
on a
Bigzo.
pole, some shit.
It's a pressure flip
slap it
to
pole.
back tail bounce off a pole, and then it flips in the other direction 125%.
This goes mathematical.
Yeah, seriously.
No, I was actually talking to a friend the other day about Pig Wood and the influence on Fanside, because on the 9 Club, on the Ragdoll episode, I know we don't know what the 9 Club is, never heard of it ever.
I've never listened to one episode.
Yep, but on the Ragdoll episode,
I can't even hear you guys right now. It's just like a high frequency, like...
This person was telling me, my friend, San Diego PD.
Hell yeah.
That
yell exit Brian heads.
That they give a yell exit to Fancy Lad on the Ragdoll episode of the 9 Club. And Raj was saying that Pig Wood, specifically Ragdoll's part, was like Fancy Lad pre-Fancy Lad. So it's funny that you mention that.
Yeah, no, I see a lot of, like, you guys got a guy named Milk Snake, Floppy Tim,
Colin Fisk? What's
I
that
mean,
about?
Tom Solo doesn't have a nickname, but,
Colin Fishnets.
You mean R.J. Crunkle?
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
R.J. Crunkle. But yeah, and he was like, I don't really understand. And I was like, what are you talking about, dude? That part was fucking next level at the time, the Ragdoll part. He's like, I don't know, maybe just the ollie out to firecrackers, but... Dude, Give
No.
respect where respect's due.
Yeah, he was like a gnar dude, but weird about it.
Well, no, Ragdoll totally is one of those dudes where people would be like, this guy's a clown. You know? You'd be like, no, this guy's sick. But a lot of people would be like, this guy's like, it's just like not completely in line with what everyone's doing at that point. But he's fucking great.
Did he have a trick down the Staples ledge in that part?
I want to say he did like some type of layback board. Could be tripping.
Yeah.
I know he touched it though. I know he touched it, whether it was his feet or his board or his ass.
What size board do you think he's riding?
Pigwood, probably like 7.75, maybe an 8.
Yeah, maybe 8. That'd be a big boy at that point, though.
I'd love to see, you know what, thinking about it, I mean, you're looking at Ragdoll, who's looking for a comeback. He's determined to get his name back on the board.
Right.
You got Mike Plum, a.k.a. the Lizard King,
Mm-hmm.
no longer with Death Wish. Shuriken Shannon, he's claiming comeback. And, Brian Hansen, a.k.a. Slash,
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going through it. Nothing would cheer him up more than a Pigwood revival.
Mm.
I'm not the only one pushing for it. I just stumbled upon some good Canadian homies. Shout out to them, Pigwood Canada. They're also with the movement. But it's time we get Pigwood back.
It really is.
How many board companies do we have?
Not enough.
And they all got whack logos. Pigwood, Pig Wheels, best logo out.
That's besides Fancy Lad.
Besides Fancy Lad, you
Thank
guys
you.
got a cool, like, cat-looking logo. But they got the pig. The
Shalom.
pig is pretty dope,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
They do have the pig. They did beat us there. They got the pig.
The pig's a lot filthier than the.
Pig is pretty
We
muddy
got
and
Bigzo said.
dirty.
Bigzo said, "Hey Tom, I'm starting a company. I'm thinking of doing a logo." I was like, "What kind of animal are you thinking?" He said, "I was thinking pig." I said, "No, I think that's taken by Pigwood." He said,
Yeah, you couldn't do the pig.
"I guess I'll do Puff then."
Yeah.
Puff, it's you. And Puff said,
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got the cat. They got the pig.
Yeah.
And
And
then there's a frog somewhere in the skateboard world too. There's, frog skateboards.
which is weird because, whenever I
Pig
think of the
wheels.
frog logo, I think of Willie Santos' old board from the 90s on Birdhouse. And I'm like, how could frog skateboards take this logo? It was already on a Birdhouse board in the 90s.
I bet Chris Millick was just inspired by Willie Santos, and it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Who wasn't inspired by Willie Santos?
"Dude, Willie,
The goat.
his early Birdhouse parts are fucking awesome. They're so good."
Shout out to Tony Hawk, because people hate on him, but he paid Willie Santos, so let's not forget that. That's pretty fucking cool.
Best thing Tony Hawk's ever done is paid
Paid
Willie
Willie
Santos.
Paid Willie Santos.
Well, now we got all those people in that area. I don't know where he has his barber/skate shop, but everyone's looking fresh, and they have Christmas completes all year round.
Yeah.
Come on.
You like the end, Grind Queen?
Absolutely. It's the only video where they dubbed in the skate sounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
my
fucking
God.
so sick.
Yeah.
Dude, that
Everybody
is
should do
that is so fucking annoying.
Well,
I
you
think
know
it's
what?
hilarious.
We
Now,
had-
did they film it separate? Did they record the audio separately, put it, or do they have a Foley artist? I'm not. I remember that they have a bonus thing on the DVD of how they did that shit, but I don't even.
They
remember.
must have recorded it separately. I mean, we had the idea, and you could say it's inspired by the end, but having an entire skate video with every trick has the brick ride up sound
right.
and brick landing sound,
I love that.
even without bricks.
Now
I love that. That's
that
hilarious.
happens in the end.
Haters will hate on that.
Does it?
Yeah,
I feel
that
like
does happen
I
in
feel
the
like it's
end.
pretty accurate to the brick scenario.
There's no, because I remember I'm pretty sure there's one with that's brick and there's no brick, and that's where it was wait, is all this audio just completely they just stuck shit in?
That video was crazy.
Also, I will say, editing a video with fake audio is difficult because I edited half of your part one time for Tweak 3. Yeah, half of that part is fake audio, and that was tricky.
I read an interview about how
It's tricky to rock a rhyme.
Yeah, that's true.
I read an interview about how Heath and Jeremy Klein were beefing hard with the porn stars in that one scene, and they were like just not getting along.
When they were playing Goldeneye.
When they're playing N64, yeah.
Yeah, I remember Jeremy being like, that was the most painful part of filming the end.
I assume that was actually Jeremy Klein's idea. I mean, just based off the hookups graphics.
Right.
You would think so, but I think it was somebody else's idea.
Yeah, it's like, he doesn't want to actually interact with the real human.
Yeah, he just wants the cartoon drawing.
Yeah, exactly.
Goddamn pervert.
Yeah, give me a 5 foot long pillow with a drawing of a person on it and some octopus tentacles, and I'm good.
So we're talking hentai on the Fancy Lad podcast.
Yeah, we're talking hentai.
Yell Exit Klein. We should get Klein on the podcast too.
That would be
absolutely
crazy. Yo, it just actually, while we were on this podcast, switching lanes completely here, but somebody sent me Front Lip Big Spin's phone number.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I messaged him because I wanted to get in touch with him because I knew we'd probably get to the point of talking about some shit.
He's kind of like your yin to your yang.
Yeah, we were homies. We still are. I still backed him hard.
Mm-hmm.
No reason not to. But I texted him because I was, gonna be like, yo. But I made the mistake of easing into it. And, of course, he's got an Apple phone, so I could tell, like, the messages were being read. I said, yo, what's up? And it was, like, red. And I said, yo, it's this front lip, and then immediately blocked. So he must be on, like, hiatus. He must be getting hit up by a lot of people right now because of what just went down.
So what happened? What went down?
Well, nothing really in the grand scheme of things. There's so many awful things going on this planet right now that way worse than somebody's Instagram account being blocked or shut down because people got upset.
Biebel?
I'm assuming.
You said people or Biebel?
Biebel.
Oh, okay. Biebel.
Brandon Biebel.
Okay. Biebel got
upset.
Said
people, though. Brandon Biebel.
Well, anytime anyone says people, I just want to hear Biebel, so I assume they say Biebel.
Yeah, I guess
we the Biebel.
Something about him throwing some limes in like a garbage
Biebel on
can.
The streets.
And,
Biebel,
Biebel on the streets.
Biebel.
To tell people what the Biebel is about.
As seen in the
somebody
end.
with the editing power needs to make that happen.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
We'll get some fresh takes later, and we'll put them up on the Patreon.
Shalom.
You know what I really wanted to ask you about was the entire. I'm a loyal follower of your page. I'm a fan. Let me just say that real quick.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask you about this whole. If you could explain to the viewers at home who don't know, there is this whole sort of element flat bar, sort of internet sensation that seemed to have spawned from your page. I don't know if you could shed any light to the people listening on what exactly was going on with this whole element flat bar thing.
Oh, absolutely. So, this is, let's see, where do I begin? It's a crazy turn of events here. So, probably late November, from what I can remember here.
Yeah.
Saw this other, let's call it skate meme page, it's starting to gain some traction and just like hit me up, and I was like starting to notice some of their jokes, and I was like, okay, this dude's pretty funny. So I started like chit-chatting back and forth, like sharing some jokes and like, seeing this and that. And then like one morning I woke up, I guess he had like made a video, and it was like TK and Dustin Dolan in the video, and it was like he tagged himself as TK and tagged me as Dustin Dolan. It was one where I was like TK pushing Dustin out of the way. And I was just like, just waking up before coffee, haven't even ripped the ball yet, it's just like not thinking straight. I like see the video and I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, this is sus, why are you throwing shade? And he hits me back, he's like, yo, I don't mean any disrespect, it's all good, it's just a joke. And I guess it was a meme about him like pushing other like upcoming skate meme pages out of the way. And I was just like, I threw a little joke back at him about how like a front lip big spin with the big spin, you got to go to switch. And they're just really doing 270 shoves. So
Absolutely.
I was like, dude, I know that's the joke, because that's like the point of his pages is the joke. So I love the irony. I like to see what he's doing. But I was just like, dude, you're fucking, it's not even a big spin because you're not going to switch. So we were just like joking back and forth, and it never became real beef. He had like apologized about it, and I was just like saying, I was like, yo, I get what you're saying, but I'm the TK in this situation, So I decided to ask him. I said, you know what, this is actually genius. People are hitting me up asking if we're beefing right now.
So what you're telling me is that this little bitch posted this video.
Yep.
Pretending to be the fucking alpha, pushing you out of the fucking, skate meme community.
Yep. Yeah, he thinks because he got like 100 more followers than me, he went and made this video, which is fine. I mean, yeah, good for him, get more followers. I pump out maybe like a couple memes every now and then, but I'm not on it like relentlessly like some of these fools. Shalom to them, if they can make that many consistently funny jokes.
And they know it's a numbers game.
Yeah, they know it's a numbers game.
Yeah.
I like his page, I respect his craft. So I had messaged him, I was like, yo, this is a perfect chance for us to create some, just a spark, like maybe get some fake beef going, just create something on the internet. I like the hard times news. I like to create a show for people like wrestling, WWE.
You got to put up the curtain of illusion.
Exactly.
It's like Andy Kaufman with the wrestlers.
There's nothing going on exciting in skating. It's like
genius.
It was like Sodi Run, Mason Silva just won, so there's nothing fun going on.
Yep.
Holidays. So I'm like, yo, let's just keep this fake beef going. And let's just settle this with a game of skate on a flat bar. Not a game of skate on flat, because I love Smith grinds. He loves front lip big spins.
Yep.
Those are both slides and grinds. It only makes sense.
Front lip big spin, a lot easier on a ledge than a rail, though.
They are both slides and grinds.
A lot easier on a ledge, but I think they're cool when they're done on a rail. Like if someone were to actually like do it and just pop it out the right way.
Actually, that would actually be crazy if somebody did. Imagine somebody doing a front lip big spin on a handrail.
Yeah,
that'd be fucking sick. I fuck with Ollie Smiths too.
That'd be sick.
The irony of the trick, like it's a dumpy looking trick, but it's just so funny and it feels fun to do. It's nobody's banger, but if you got it, you got it, and it's fun to pull out. But so we were like, yeah, let's do this game of skate. And it started as a joke, you know what I mean? It started the first 2 days. We were like, okay, let's have this game of skate on Friday. Started as a joke. Before we both knew it, a lot of people were catching on, and, a lot of people were buying into the fake hype. So I hit him up. I was like, yo, you actually want to do this game of skate? Because I'm down. I was like, I will come to wherever you're at. Which I think is Pennsylvania, which it ended up being Pennsylvania. So I was like, yeah, I'll head to Pennsylvania. He has no idea where I'm at. So I was like, cool, I'll head down. Let's actually do this game of skate. So I load up the car with my Element flat bar that I've had for years.
Oh, hell yeah.
Of course.
Yell legs at Element flat bars.
Yell legs at Element flat bars. A lot of other flat bars, they got the weird peg in the middle and it gets a little dumpy.
Fuck that shit.
And it's not really that stable.
I mean, honestly, there's 2 flat bars in the game, in my opinion. There's the Element flat bar, and then there's the CCS yellow flat bar.
That's the one I'm talking about with the weird middle peg.
But they stopped making that years ago.
Shout out to CCS.
Shout out to CCS.
I fuck with CCS hard.
Yell exit.
And
let's go ahead and let's just keep saying yell exit.
Yell exit, but also
Yell exit. That's news to me.
The
so
problem
I'll
with
get behind that.
the problem with the CCS flat bar is that it wasn't okay. So the Element flat bar is completely the perfect width for your truck. So
is it though? Some people will argue that because when are you going to find a rail like that in the streets?
No, that's what I'm saying, is that it's too perfect because
It's
you'll
like
never
designed-
find a
It's
rail
almost
like that
a
in the
ledge.
streets.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a safety.
Almost a ledge.
Yeah, it's
You
like
can
a
skate
safety rail.
You can skate it like a ledge.
If
That's
you
why it's so great.
If you can smith that, you can smith anything.
Mhm.
A lot of people are like, oh, I'm scared of round rails. it's all an illusion. You
Yeah.
know, once you lock in, you go with speed. It's actually easier.
Yeah.
Way more room, and like when you're sacking, do you want a square rail chopping your nuts off, or do you want to just maybe like figure it out on a round bar?
I'd rather a round bar, just like smacking my nuts, just mashing
nice
my
little
nuts up
curvature.
against my taint.
A little curvature, you know. I mean,
Just a little curvature to smash my nuts.
Square rail, that's gonna leave it dead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But the real G's, they'll know what I mean when I talk about the yellow CCS
Oh, I
flat
know
bar.
exactly the one. I had that flat
Yeah.
bar.
My boy Fitzy had that flat bar. We
Mhm.
used to skate in his driveway all the time. Yell exit Fitzy.
And
Yeah.
everybody had stickers on the side of the flat bar.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone had like, I know I had a GK sticker on the side of my yellow flat bar.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know the one with the G and the K at the yellow.
Oh yeah. Classic logo.
This is a fun fact. I never skated G grind king. It's weird to say grind king because I'm so used to saying grind queen.
You could say you're fried.
Yeah, you know that. Still fried. Nothing's changed. But yeah, you had the classic. Like I remember CCS. They would sell the sticker packs.
Oh yeah.
You know, those were dope.
And every time when I was a young boy going to the skate shop, I would always buy stickers. Always buying stickers.
That's all you can afford.
It is all you can afford.
That's all you wanted as a kid.
Yeah, occasionally you'd have enough for like some monkey poop and some stickers,
And
some ledge butter. I did
ledge
like
butter.
once ledge butter came around, that was just like, or once we started having that, it was like, oh man,
That was the best thing Consolidated ever did.
I don't
Create
think
the
so. I
perfect
mean,
bar of wax.
I'm not sure if you can see it on the Zoom, the Zoom thing, but I check out my consolidated blanket.
Wow, is that a leopard print?
Yeah, that is it's actually consolidated logo print, but it is like supposed to look like leopard print. But yeah, Consolidated had a blanket team. That was the fucking sickest shit ever.
Yep.
Honestly, that was so cool.
That would match those Crux trucks perfectly. You seen those leopard Crux trucks?
Dude, I have seen those leopard crux trucks, and so it's
Those are
leopard
fucking
crux
sick.
trucks, and that actually brings me to a question that I have from. We had some, I guess some of our listeners knew that you were going to be hacking our call.
Yeah, I told everyone I was going to hack your shit.
Okay, because all of a sudden, after
Yeah.
you hacked our shit, I just started getting fucking
Easier
bombarded.
to get into than the NHS warehouse, just so you guys know.
Well, could you pick us up some shit next time you're there?
Well,
Specifically,
yes, get the Crux
some
hooked up,
crux.
man.
Well, could you get us more crux wax? I feel like they don't understand when we tell them how much we love the wax.
Everybody needs
They think
more
we're
wax.
joking.
Everybody needs more wax.
We love the wax.
Yeah, the wax is the best.
I see that little rink y'all skate, and that thing looks like it could use a sticker too.
Mm-hmm. For
Oh,
sure.
it could definitely use a sticker too. So I've been getting bombarded with all these questions. Rob Angel DM'd me, yell exit, Rob Angel. And they ask, what do you think of the new Crux truck that is coming out? I think at this point it
Oh,
is
the
out.
K5s.
Yeah, the K5s.
Dude, great question.
Mhm.
And shout out to Alex White. She sent me a pair of the K5s with the Download Kingpin. She knows I love the Download Kingpin.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. And they've been great, you know. I like the new metal they're using, you know. It seems they're turning a little bit better. The pivot cup's a bit deeper, you know, so you get a little bit of a deeper turn.
So they did address the pivot cup and ball joint problem.
They did, and, you know, I never change out the bushings. I just never have.
Right.
I don't know, I'm lazy. But
No, that's kind of a pain in the ass. Why would you want to change out the bushing?
I've skated a lot of Crux over the years.
Mhm.
You know, I remember the Colt Cannon days, the Louis Barletta days, the recent days that they had before they just came out with the new K5, and those ones like almost turned on a pebble. You know, Lord forgive me, you know, for putting out that truth about Crux right there. But you know, the new Crux are pretty fucking sweet. I'm riding them, love them.
Yeah.
Haven't had any problems with them. They grind through anything.
Well, I'm glad that you said all those nice things because, you know, Crux is... They you know, we do have a relationship with Crux Trucks here at Fancy Lad.
And, you know, I could have fixed the bushing problem
Mm-hmm.
had I wanted to just switch out the bushings, but I always just like to see how it goes.
I mean, they could also probably do that.
Yeah.
But hey, you know...
But no, Crux is dope. I love what they're doing. You know, they're very woke, and I just appreciate them just having a lot of fun. You know, too many people are taking skateboarding seriously, and just everybody's trucks just boring and silver. It's cool to see Crux, but now some just weird designs. I wish they would bring back the Argyle truck.
The Argyle truck was sick.
So
I
awesome.
like the Argyle.
Would run that every day.
I mean, I'd wear it maybe to like a wedding or something.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not on like my day to day.
It's your fancy truck.
My fancy truck.
It is a fancy truck.
And speaking of, we
For
did
a
have
fancy guy.
we did have the fancy lad Crux truck. If you can still find those somewhere, I highly recommend picking them up.
Yeah, it's probably a
Very
rare
good.
commodity these days.
Well, I would get them, and I would highly recommend just attaching them straight to your wall. Use it as a coat hanger.
I'm sure I've asked you this before, but what's your favorite truck of all time?
That's the best question ever. Greatest truck of all time. Oh my God. It's gotta be... Okay, this is like... If I could go back and find it. It was like, okay, it was around the same time Crux did the Argyle truck.
Yeah.
And just keep in mind that this is a very tough decision for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love Tensor.
I was gonna say Tensor base plate. It's my
But
favorite.
it's
truck
not
of all
my
time.
favorite truck of all time.
Yeah.
I love it for what it is. When you're doing tail sides and nose sides, it's the truck you want. But like my personal favorite truck is gotta be... It's this Crux truck they put out. It was like a marble truck with the old down low kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
So it really was Crux.
You know the old Crux? It maybe came out around like 2005 or 6 with like the down low kingpin that was just... It almost looked like a silver boob almost. You know what I'm talking about? It was just like that one piece. And it was when they came out with like the Argyle truck, and they had one that was like a diamond bling looking truck.
Yeah.
But they had another one that was just a marble truck.
Yeah, it was just like marble.
You know the one I'm talking
Yeah, it was
about?
like, it's supposed to look like a marble slab.
Dude,
Yeah.
I remember skating the shit out of those. Just learned everything on those tracks. Those are the best tracks. And you could never tighten or loosen them, and then never tighten or loosen my trucks now, and just take them as they go, and just get
That's
trucks.
what I
and
do
just
with my
skate 'em.
trucks. I just put them on, and I don't.
Yeah, I
tighten
don't
or
ever
loosen
tighten them. I don't ever loosen them. I
Same.
don't change the bushings.
Yeah, that's and it's so much easier to do it
It
that
is.
way. Honestly,
It's just, I mean, I don't know. You just got to keep it simple. You always look back and, I mean, fucking look at, it's crazy to see what they could do on skateboards in the 90s when they're riding like literally like 7.75
right?
and
Yeah, I mean you can adapt
jumping
to.
down these huge gaps.
Yeah, you can adapt to anything that you got. So you may as well just take it at the factory standard and just go from there.
Now we
And
can
save
actually
yourself the headache of being like, no, I think I need to do like quarter turn on this one just to get it.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
totally crazy. I mean, you don't want to be the guy on the sesh that takes 30 minutes switching out their bushings and then just
Right.
talking about their bushings the rest of the session, how they can't skate because, oh, their bushings. It's like, dude, like, give it a rest. Just don't fuck with them at all and just take them for what they are.
Just get rid of the bushings.
Tom, were there any other questions submitted?
Oh yeah, there were more questions.
Damn, I totally ramped off on that just like we ramped off on the Element flat bar story, but we'll come back to that.
Oh, is there more? Is there more to the Element flat bar story?
Yeah, I can't remember where it left off, but yeah, so
I mean, we can continue with that, or we can take another question.
let's
It's
do
up to
more
you.
questions,
All right.
because we'll go back to the flat bar story, but I think we left off somewhere around actually making it become a legit thing.
Yeah.
Well, this question is really up your alley. This here is from Dan Lamore. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Dan, I'm sorry. Dan wants to know if you need to connect the base plate on a nose slide or tail slide for it to actually count as a nose slide or tail slide. And is that essentially like the pinch?
Yeah, I mean, in the world of nose slides and tail slides, you want that shit to be decked. You know, you
For
really,
sure.
you want to lock in. There's a lock in with everything. You can lock into a manual,
Right.
lock into a grind.
Well, let me interject real quick. Matt Tomasello, Fansled Pro Rider, calls no slides where you don't deck the base plate. He calls them nostril slides.
I can get behind that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's obvious when you can tell it's looking a little dumpy. And when they're not really sliding them at all. It's just kind of like little nose or tail styles. And, it happens. But keep perfecting your craft. Get better at them. And then, yeah, wait till they're nice and decked.
Yeah.
If you plan on posting any clips or telling your friends that you've unlocked tail and nose slide combinations.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, with the base plates, yeah, you want that sticking out. I mean, smaller the wheel, more base plate, more friction you're creating there.
Right.
So, I mean, that's usually what I do. I ride like 52s and have the base plate. I'm riding Crux right now, but I rode Ace. I'm riding Crux right now, and base plate, no problems.
Nice.
Yeah.
And those are the K5s?
They're the K5s. Big wheels, big bearings.
That squeal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yells at Louis Barletta.
Best skater.
My favorite skater.
Really the best skater.
And that was proclaimed by Colin Fisk. Colin Fisk said to me one day, he said, Big, Louis Barletta is your favorite skater. And I said, you know what? You're fucking right.
Dude, this is just another crazy revelation here. But I don't know why you kind of remind me of Louis Barletta. Maybe it's a relationship with your mom, and maybe this is my own personal experience from, when I hacked your podcast early and I was kind of tuning in and already talking to your mom and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first demo I ever went to was Osiris Aftermath.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, right after they came out of the storm. This was like the first big demo I went to. I was fucking hyped. Anyways.
They went to,
Skater Island.
They also went to 8 Ball Skate Park, and I didn't make it to that demo.
You missed out on a good time.
I did.
Because I'll tell you what happened at Skater Island.
Yep.
I was fucking having the best time of my life. I got to meet Louis Barletta, and his mom was with him at the demo. And
Shalom.
And they were sitting right next to each other, and he was just like handing out stickers.
Mm-hmm.
Me being one of the kids, I received one of the stickers. Got his autograph on a shirt that I still have. And then like an hour later, he got arrested for spray painting on a barrier out front of Skater Island.
No way.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. It was so dope.
Was his mom upset?
No, his mom was chilling the whole time. And I just feel like,
no, I mean,
not that that would happen to you, Biggs, but I just feel like your mom would be just chilling the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, she'd probably be like, this is stupid. Why are you arresting him?
Oh,
but he's the guy, it was like a little quick petty thing. I don't think it was anything wrong. I think it was just a little ticket. I mean, this is from an 11-year-old's eyes. You know? So, but I mean, that memory will forever be burned into my hard drive.
You gotta love those early skate memories. I mean,
so grateful for them.
I mean, skating, like being in the industry, it like completely takes down the smoke and mirrors of the whole thing. But when I look back on like growing up and like looking at skateboarding and how magical it is, I mean, look at an old CCS catalog.
That's nostalgia left and right.
You get flooded with.
Why aren't skate clothes that cool anymore? There used to be so many fucking sick shirts, and now everybody just wants a damn Supreme shirt they gotta pay $150 for. Meanwhile, on CCS you could get 3 dope-ass logo shirts for $45.
I don't know. But you get flooded with that nostalgia of the dream, you know? Yeah. And the dream is really where it's at. And, I mean, the dream's obviously changed since then. I blame the internet.
I blame the internet. I blame, blame YouTube. Right after, time back into Louis Barletta and Bag of Suck. I mean, right after that video came out, YouTube took over and just everything changed.
Right.
And everybody just wanted to buy, basically the cheapest shit they could get, and skateboarding was becoming bigger and everyone's supporting their homies.
Yeah.
So that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that.
The influx of small brands.
But
It's
I
true.
mean, there's no better memories than when. I mean, I'm so grateful that I grew up in an era where, skate demos were big and like skateboarders were like rock stars. I mean, they were even bigger rock stars in like the 80s. But oh my God, like, kids nowadays, they don't get the demo like they used to, where they know about 3 months in advance. Like,
Right.
fucking, I'll never forget. I still, again, kept everything, just skate hoarder. But I have a shirt signed by the entire Girl Chocolate team. Is that another demo? And I was just a little kid, 12 years old. I only cared about costume because he was in the Tony Hawk games, and fucking, I was just like, yeah, right, and was just trying to learn about, greater aspects of Girl and Chocolate at the time. But as a kid, you're like, I just want to see costume. I want to see.
Right.
I want to see him do the fucking fandangle in real life. You know what I mean? And he was the only one not at the demo. So I remember I got a shirt signed by like Gino and fucking Danny Super was there, Mike York, like Castillo.
Oh, you're gonna want that Mike York autograph for sure.
Oh yeah, but it's just so funny. I was like, damn. Like now, as I'm older, that's even funnier to me that I like took that for granted as a kid. I was like, that's so funny.
Right.
I was like only worried about one dude.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I got fucking Gino right in front of me.
Yeah, Gino's way more of a legend.
Yeah,
than,
Gino number one legend in that crew right there.
It's crazy.
Is there any more questions, or are those tapped out?
I mean, we got flooded with questions, absolutely flooded. But we'll just hit you with just one more.
All right, just one,
because we don't want to overdo it here.
Yeah,
Right.
never want to overdo it.
You don't want to overdo it.
People get sick of that shit.
This one's from one of our Sweaty and Deranged fans, Patrick from Lowell.
Yellow Legs of Patrick.
Yellow Legs of Patrick gave us the new trampoline.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, we went and skated with Patrick and Brad. Yellow Legs of Brad.
Mm-hmm. Brad Miller.
Great time.
Yep.
But Patrick is asking for your 3 deserted island or your 3 desert island skate videos.
Oh, I fucking love this question.
And not dessert. Okay.
No, not dessert. I know what you're thinking. Is this
Yeah.
a dessert island or is this a desert
Might as well
island?
be dessert.
No, we're talking desert. Okay.
I mean, this island sounds pretty nice.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna make it interesting. Your 3 desert island skate videos, and you get 1 dessert.
Yeah. So first you mentioned 3 videos, then you mentioned the dessert.
The dessert.
Go.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Off the top of the head. First one that comes to mind,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but it's the DC video.
That is
Interesting.
fucking weird.
That
Okay,
is
go on.
insane.
I want you to
Just
keep
insane.
going because
But
that
keep
one.
going.
I mean, I said I'm gonna be honest. The first one that comes to mind, like I don't know why I feel like I need that one. Maybe it's the good mix of like
It's a long video.
Abe's old part, his crazy intro,
Yeah.
leading to Where's Brian Wedding Band, maybe,
Right.
introduction of Big Black. I mean,
Yeah.
rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Then we got Stevie's
Spot-
probably only part I ever cared about besides the reason.
Dude, all right. The
Stevie
reason,
fans
the reason,
don't come after me.
I was going to say, the reason was a great
Stevie
part.
fans go after him.
I guess the only other part that Stevie really had was the chocolate tour.
Right.
So it's like Stevie was a really, I mean, he's a fucking legend. But as far as full parts go, it's like it's the reason chocolate tour and DC video, and there's not much in between.
He's like almost has as few parts as Rowley.
Yeah. And Rowley's the same way because Rowley's a fucking, obviously he's a fucking legend.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, you can count his parts on one hand, just being like 4-on-1 profile, flip sorry, and then like,
Really sorry.
Really
Extremely
sorry,
And then what? Propeller.
every
Yeah.
other shitty fucking
Yeah. the
flip
van,
video.
yeah. All right.
And so the next 2, I'm gonna just keep in mind these aren't my favorite videos.
These are your
just
desert
videos that
island.
I'm gonna need on a desert island.
No, and just to specify, I know I said desert island the second time. This is dessert island because you do get that 1 dessert, but
Yep.
you do get 3 videos. So
Yep.
all right, so we
So
have
we
the
got
DC
the
video.
DC video.
Mhm.
And just so you, oh wait, actually, he specified VHS years.
Okay, well, I got that one on VHS.
Okay, great.
Yep.
So I was just gonna.
DC
I
video
do have
was
that.
released
Right,
on
right.
VHS.
I know, but I was just about to ask: are we talking VHS or DVD? Because I was going to say
I
you
got
get all that.
both. I got both copies.
Well, just so you know, you can't have the DVD, so you
That's
can
fine.
all
I don't
that
need
extra,
the extended
all the
version
extra
with all
content.
of Pennyways extra
Okay,
bullshit.
that's what
to
I'm getting at.
Metallica.
That's what I'm getting at.
I'm
Okay.
good on all that. I
Okay,
don't need
cool.
the how and Robin Big became homies. You know, as long as I got the that Ryan Gallant, Greg Myers, and Robbie McKinley section.
The Holy Trinity.
Dude, that fucking AM section hits so hard. That's such a good video.
All right, so what's number 2?
Desert Island, You Want to Stay Hungry.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going Slaughterhouse.
Oh man,
Pig Slaughterhouse all day.
and that makes you hungry thinking of a pig slaughterhouse.
You know, you want to stay a little primal when you're on a desert island.
So this is some Lord of the Flies shit.
Yeah, so
This is some
I'm
piggy.
I'm
This is some
taking
piggy shit.
Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, this is some piggy shit.
I fuck with Slaughterhouse.
Dude.
Even though, you know, you would look at me and be like, okay, this guy probably likes, you know, stupid fucking just Legend Plaza and just like whatever type of typical shit. But I fucking love Black Label and Pigwood and all that hash shit. That was
See, and that's what Big Zone and I always say, that people always assume Fancy Lad.
those videos have
Doesn't-
way more personality and way more fun to watch. I'm trying to see the Haggard shit at the end of the day, you know.
Right. Yeah. I think they assume we don't appreciate the hammers, you know,
Yeah.
and that just hucking, like, fucking balls to the wall, just like insane shit. Of course you fucking love that.
It's all about personality, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
At the end of the day, the older I get, I want to watch a skate video, and
You want characters in
I
there.
want less skating, more
Mhm.
fucking around personalities. Which brings me to the last video I'm going to watch.
I hear
Number
you. So
3.
just to recap, the first video was
DC video.
The
Second video, Slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse.
Oh,
Third video.
Pigwood Slaughterhouse. I mean, we can't say enough good things about that video.
Third video,
Mhm.
I want to give, you guys say yell exit?
Yeah,
so we're
major
going to
fucking
give
yell
yell exit to 4-on-1s Around the World, number 2, with very minimal skating. And it's got Christian Svitek and my dog, Jake Rupp.
Mm.
Huge Shalom. Huge levels of Shalom to Jake Rupp. The coolest, most calm and collected dude. We're simply not worthy. I mean, this dude in this video, I encourage everyone to check out this. It's literally a video where they're just traveling the world and like they go to like Auschwitz and then they go to like eating crazy foods. And there's a clip about Svitek being like, oh, you know, Jake's the only dude who's down to fucking eat whatever and like dance and make music with the locals. It's just so cool. I was like, this is like, that's what you want on a desert or a desert
Or-
island. You know, I want
be it a desert or desert
'Cause I
island, that's
don't-
what you want.
because I'm like also like, even though I'm watching these skate videos on a desert island,
You need some extra content.
So
in
let me
there.
get this straight.
I need a little bit of less skating to
Mhm.
keep me primal and be like, all right, if I gotta eat these bugs to survive or if I gotta go catch some fish,
Right.
I want to think that Jake Rupp is here with me on this island.
You got to have those Jake Rupp vibes.
Absolutely. He's the coolest dude. Seriously.
So you pick 4-on-1 Around the World Volume 2 over, let's say, Baker 3, Bag of Suck,
Yeah, because I love
Welcome
Bag
to
of
Hell.
Suck. Bag of Suck is
Minefield.
Bag of
New
Suck.
Hell. FL3.
Is the skateboarding. Is the definitive one, honestly,
FL4, the final chapter.
that people say will live and die with Fancy Lad glory.
They're
So
gonna
that's the
say
video.
FL3. They're gonna say is this skateboarding or clown box. Those are the two.
They should say Clown Box, but they're going to say, is this skateboarding?
They're gonna say it's the skateboarding. That's the one where the guy
Yeah.
starts doing the kickflip down the set and then it turns into like this big 50 stare, right?
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah, that was one of our. I forget who that dude was. That was one of our stupid friends that was doing that.
That's like
Who
the
was
best
that
shit
big?
ever.
Who was
That-
that?
that
Who was
was-
that big stupid dummy?
That was me. That was Big Zo.
Oh,
I love that. I could watch that all day.
Yeah.
Just that one stare hook.
Yep.
That was genius. That's why I fuck with you guys. But no, you know what? That's maybe what separates me is the fact that I'm bringing the DC video, Slaughterhouse, and Around the World too. in that order. Who else is doing that?
No one's doing it.
Everyone else is going to be like, oh, I'm
Baker
bringing
3.
video days. I'm bringing video days. Baker 3.
Baker 3.
Yeah, like, come on. You don't want that on an island. You want that when you're in LA and you're right near Hollywood and you're about to go.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
maybe
true.
Fucking Smith grind. Oh, has anyone Nolly Smith the 16?
Wilshire?
Yeah, no, fucking Hollywood.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, Will Shire.
Honestly, has anyone?
I think someone's done it down Wilshire.
Yeah, I think I've seen that one. But
Yeah.
Well, listen,
that's also
we're,
a square rail.
we're really
debatably
straying
harder.
away. We're really straying away from the most important part of this question, which is what is the dessert you're bringing to this desert island that also lets you have 3 skate videos?
Tom loves food.
I love food. Tom loves food.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna bring Mike Sinclair. He's
So
my
that's-
snack.
Okay.
So you're a cannibal.
That's what I was saying.
And you're going to eat Mike Sinclair.
You know, he's just looking for a snack.
You know, it's not even that. It's just like everyone's all about nutrition with Neen these days.
Mhm.
But I'm all about snacks with Sinclair.
Damn.
It's snack time with Sinclair.
That's
And
fucking
we're gonna
sick.
go find some snacks
That's fucking sick.
on this island.
On the island.
If it's not a deserted island and it's
Mm-hmm.
a desert island.
Or a desert island. There
For
might
that
be some
matter.
snacks on there.
There's
If
gotta-
it is a
there's
desert
gotta be some
island, there's going to
snacks.
be snacks. That's true.
Yeah.
Damn, you really thought about
Yeah,
this.
so I mean, I couldn't enjoy any type of dessert without Mike.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you?
He's the number one snack homie.
I mean, maybe we should get number 1 snack homie Mike Sinclair on the podcast.
Him or
sometime.
Jake Rupp. I would love to listen to y'all talk with Jake Rupp.
You know,
about-
him or Jake Rupp, maybe Corey
Kenny Hughes
Duffel,
and just
Kenny
like-
Hughes. Maybe we get Stevie.
Get Bell Pepper on here.
I don't know.
I said Bell Pepper.
We should get Bell Pepper on here.
How come he never had a Bell Pepper graphic?
That's a good question.
It's because Element was too serious. They
Yeah.
were like wind and water.
You see, Chris Goldborn left. Is that his name? Cookie Dough.
Oh yeah, that
He
did
left
just
Element.
recently happen. And Nija and the other dude.
Wait, Nigel left as well.
Yeah,
I did
Nigel
not
left.
see that.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll bring back I&I boards. Y'all remember I&I? His
Innes?
own board brand he
Innes?
started?
No.
No. He started I&I when he left Element, and then he got back on Element. Real short stint.
Well, now that the questions are done, I got to say, you probably have a million questions for us.
Yeah, so let's hear him.
I always have a million questions for you guys.
That's
Yeah.
great. So let's hear him right now.
Hit me with one. Just one.
Just one. All we ask is at least one. Just one. You say you have a million, so we just
No,
need
I'm
one.
thinking.
Yep.
All right.
I'm waiting.
If you were stuck
Yep.
at Huntington Beach Skate Park
Mm-hmm.
during the days of the Warren Ave crew,
Uh-huh.
and you could only have one item on you,
Mhm.
In hopes that, maybe oh shit.
Dude, that's easy.
Like, whether it's maybe they need music on the session, or maybe Reynolds is out of wax, or maybe Jeff
Mhm.
just busted a bushing.
Mhm.
Are you gonna have the Shorty's first aid kit? Are you gonna have the unit tool? What item are you bringing to the skate park?
Dude, that is a pretty easy question to answer.
Please
Let me
tell
just
me.
answer that real quick.
Yep.
With my Chad Fernandez repellent spray.
Wow! This guy's
Shots fired.
Oh, my
guy's
God.
getting into the party at Warner Ave. He's
That's
not
good.
gonna. His text will not be ignored.
Yep.
I like that you said that. What did you say? Shots fired? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Wait, do that again. Give me a clear take of that.
Shots fired.
That's good. When you say
Dude,
disses
Chad
from now on,
Fernandez,
I'm going to add that to the end.
All
I'm
right.
going to put that in.
Perfect.
That's going to sound good.
World Industries
Yeah.
finest,
Yeah.
debatably.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to think World Industries
Somehow-
had
I thought you were about to call him the beta.
Oh,
But
man.
you were saying debatably. I thought you were saying
He
World
could- he
World
would-
Industry's finest.
I mean-
Debata?
If he could be beta because Mike Crum
And
was
let's
alpha.
and you know what?
Mm.
Let's talk about that Staples replica hubba that he built for
Yeah, let's talk about that actually.
Globe opinion video. Is it the kookiest thing ever done, or is it genius? Okay, similar to the Barra fake spots debate.
And that's not even a debate.
Okay.
All he had to do was tell us he was making fake spots, and we would have been behind him.
Right.
He just tried to fucking fool us.
But see, now, it's almost more memorable that Chad Fernandez built a skate park replica of the Staples Ledge than it would be that he even just went there to 50-50 it after Jeff Rowley already did it.
I mean, I feel for the guy. It's a big ledge. And in those days, what are you going to do aside from a 50-50? That thing is fucking huge. So what are you going to do? You're going to talk the right people into building a replica.
Right.
And the crazy thing is I wonder what they were thinking as they were building it. Like, I can't believe we're actually building this, or like, this is going to be dope.
Yep.
Which lane were they in when they built that? And then it's so funny how it's just like very obvious. It's more than obvious. It's exactly what it is. It's a completely wooden, huge hubba built for one trick.
Yep.
Built for one guy. I'd love to see a session go down on that these days. But, Steve Barra, he really tried to sneak it in. He tried to sneak one on us.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's not cool.
That's the thing.
He took us for dummies.
And he tried to play it off like he was a busy dad. But, you know what? The joke, I mean, he's really playing himself because all his footage up to that was always in a skate park. Like, you watch his 4-on-1 day in the lights, he's like, oh, let's go session my indoor park. He'd never hit the street, so he may as well have just had another skate park part. But the fact that he tried to, sneak one in.
His tentacles of destruction part is awesome.
I was going to say, in Steve Barra's defense, he had a part in the first couple Birdhouse videos. He had a part in
Feasters, Ravers.
I remember
he had
that.
a part
Untitled.
in at least 2 or 3 of the old Foundation videos. He had a
Okay, so I know what you're saying.
he had a career built up.
And you're right.
To that
he was
point.
doing good.
He didn't just come out of the gate swinging
you
with
know what
with
happened?
the fake spots.
You know what happened?
Right. What's up?
He tried to act.
It all fell apart after
Was he on
his
Felicity?
grind queen left him. It was that one famous chick he dated.
Juliet Lewis.
Ever since Juliet Lewis's life is flipped upside down. I will take back what I said. Steve Barrett, he did skate street, and he had a pretty mean backside flip, and he could back lip. He
shared a part with Heath Kirchhoff.
He was just emotional.
I mean, how many people besides Terry Kennedy can you say shared a part with Heath Kirchhoff?
I was just going to talk about the Terry Kennedy part, but
honestly, how funny is that?
That's incredible.
That Steve Barra and Terry Kennedy are the only 2 people besides Josh Beagle to share a part with Heath Kirchhoff. Legend.
It's something to talk about.
It's something to talk about.
Heath is not a man of many words.
Heath has never been on par with another skater. Well, first of all, greatest skater of all time.
Right.
But he's never been on par with another skater that's even come close to his realm to share a part with. It almost has to be somebody that's so far off.
Yeah. Because people are watching it for the Heath footage.
Exactly. They're like, we need this to balance out. We need people. Steve Barrett doesn't have enough footage. Let's put him with Heath so people will actually try to watch it and care.
That kind of that's how it feels for a lot of shared parts, though. Honestly, besides, but with exception to Subject to Change, Louis Barletta and Jerry Sue, where that is a total different.
That's 50-50.
But I mean, that's a completely different vibe because like you already love both of those dudes, and like part of the thing that you love about them is like knowing that they're part of this crew, and like, oh, these dudes are best friends, or at least at that point you're thinking like these dudes are like best friends,
It's so funny.
So that's a completely different vibe, but like for a lot of shared parts, it is a lot of one dude and carrying the weight for the most part, and another dude just kind of sprinkling in their tricks.
It's so funny for
not everyone can carry the weight of the world, Michael Stipe.
And especially if you're watching it on VHS. Shout out to the one homie with the question. But if you're watching Mosaic on VHS,
right,
you're not fast forwarding. You're gonna watch it through because the song kind of smacks, and it's the spot with
Absolutely.
Ethan Barra, and
Absolutely.
you watch it through because you're like, okay, well, kind of goes together.
Right.
Yell exit mud honey.
But now,
absolutely, huge yell exits of mud honey.
But now you're
best
watching
part of the movie Black Sheep, hands down.
100%. But now you're watching Minefield, and they got separate parts. And I know when I'm watching Minefield, I'm skipping through. People are gonna hate me for saying this. I'm skipping through Kalis's part. I'm skipping through Dyrdek's part.
Not the best Kalis part. Definitely skip through Dyrdek's part.
Absolutely.
And
I skipped through Dyrdek's part.
And I'm skipping through Barra's part.
Honestly, a DC video even skipped through Dyrdek's part. Time code is the last
even photosynthesis.
Yeah, I was gonna say time code is the last Dyrdek part that I'm like absolutely 100% in.
Yeah.
Which is annoying to say, but obviously, I mean, Dyrdek did this to himself.
Yo, who would you rather hang out with for a week, Steve Barra or Rob Dyrdek? And you got to hang out with him 24/7.
Dyrdek.
Rob Dyrdek for sure.
Absolutely Dyrdek.
Honestly, you guys wouldn't want to explore Steve Barra's mind for a week?
No, that guy. No, he seems fucking
unprecedented. He
seems unprecedentedly obnoxious.
Dyrdek is a true personality in skateboarding, where Barra is like,
he doesn't even know what he wants.
He's such a goober.
Yeah,
he's a stepping stone guy. I feel like everything he does, he sees as a stepping stone to get to a different position.
Best thing he ever did was that 411 Day in the Life where
absolutely
he got dumped and then he was outside of Costin's crib for like an hour and Costin never showed up.
The best of 4-1, which was the sort of retort to his other 4-1 where everything was going really good for him, and then he did the 4-1 best of where he got divorced and everything was going really bad.
I love that.
That was probably the best thing that he's ever done. And I gotta say, I mean, as far as I'm a big fan of skate because I consider myself in this realm skaters that become that fringe on the realm of skate actors.
Yeah, yell exit Jason Lee.
Jason Lee, Bam Margera,
Steve Barra.
Mike V.
Even Mike V. Fuck it. For fucking Paul Blart.
Well, and Dyrdek.
And Dyrdek for ridiculousness.
Paul Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Paul Rodriguez is in.
Oh, don't sleep on
Dude, P-Rod is in Selena.
Fucking Street Dreams now.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Yeah, P-Rod's in that new Selena TV show. I thought that was just the burn on Skate Line.
Well, his dad was an actor, so it's...
Well, his dad's a comedian.
Yeah, comedian, actor, funny guy.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the movie Born in East L.A., but yeah, Dyrdek falls... I mean, not Dyrdek, fucking Barra falls into that realm, but he is, like, the, most dweebiest character out of all of those people that you can pick.
Right.
And you know what? I might get banned from the barracks for saying this, but that's just how I feel, bro.
And you know what? The thing is, I like Barra, though. You know, I don't dislike him. I just feel like he just consistently...
Dude's got a fucking sick backside flip.
And that's the thing, is, like, there's so much, like obviously, like, his tentacles part, love that. You know, all the early, like, Feasters, Ravers, Untitled, all that Birdhouse shit. It's just as soon as he tried to pull the wool over our eyes with those fake spots, which we all knew were fake.
Those yellow flat bars.
He could just said if he just said,
saw those in CCS and was like, oh.
Seriously, I could make those into a kind of a low hand race.
Those kind of look like a street spot.
He could, if he just said, hey, look at all these fake spots I built because I've been injured and I'm still trying to put out a part. We'd be like, dude, Barra is fucking sick. He's injured and he still went and put out a fucking part and made all this shit.
I can't tell you what his last trick in that video part was, but I can tell you that his video part started with the words in the beginning that was semen.
Okay, and here's the thing. I was going to say, we've definitely said that. We've definitely mentioned that. We've talked about Steve Barra so much on this podcast in general, not even just this episode.
We could do an entire episode on Steve Barra.
And you know what? I feel like we already have, like, if you add up all the time we've talked about him, so that we can just count that out. We don't need to do it. Unless he wants to be on the podcast. It's whatever.
I mean, he is a Scientologist, which is, I'd like to pick his brain about that.
Well, he won't tell you anything because you haven't paid any money towards it, so why would he do that?
Yeah.
He can only tell you so much.
But, I mean, oh, man. Okay, so I'll now that we're on the subject of Steve Barra, I'll go down my favorite thing that Steve Barra has contributed to the skateboarding community, which is his trailer for his movie 16 Sips in the end credits of CKY2K.
Love that.
Just the fact that was in there is just so fucking random.
That squad was crazy back.
How the fuck did he even like coerce Bam into
how did
being
he
like,
weasel his way in there? How did he get Bam to be like, this is a good idea to put this here?
To be like, yeah, Bam,
this fits.
I got a movie. You got to put it in the end of your film that you're making, CKY2K.
Dude. Or when Steve Barra cried because he found out Tony Hawk smoked weed.
Yeah, that's also one of the best.
Wait, Tony Hawk smokes weed?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, and Barra cried about it?
Birdman Blazes.
Oh, it was...
This was on a free lunch episode that was probably released 10 years ago, at least at this point, where, Tony Hawk was reminiscing about the Birdhouse tours, and Steve Barra crying when he found out that the Birdman smoked weed on one of the tours, which is
this is early 90s. So Barra must have been
the
young.
memory. Yeah, from the memory. Yeah, the interview was like 10 years ago, but the memory of the interview was probably from the 90s.
Okay, I was thinking you were saying this is a recent thing. That like...
Who do you think Tony smoked with? Willie?
I don't think
Willie was young at that point.
I don't think it was Jeremy Klein. I feel like Jeremy Klein seems like the type of dude who doesn't smoke weed.
No, it's not Jeremy. It's not Jeremy.
No, Klein seems like the kind of dude that would drink like
Ocean Howl for sure. I think
Jeremy would like down like probably 4 like 2 liters of Mountain Dew in a night, but he would not touch weed.
Yeah, Jeremy Klein's like, dude, exactly that. Just ton of caffeine, late night, anti-sessions.
Bucky probably smoked
0 weed.
Yeah, I mean,
you hear Bucky's performance, his karaoke performance. You know he's fucked up a little bit.
You got Willie, you got Jeremy Klein, you got
Reynolds.
No, well,
Reynolds baby.
Would have been.
Actually,
no. He was on the team at the time, Reynolds, but he was a baby. Yeah. Reynolds was a baby. Heath Kirchner was a baby. They were on the team.
Plot twist: he's smoking with fucking Kevin Stab. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Kevin Stab and Tony Hawk. It's just fucking
absolutely
chiefing, dude. Chiefing.
I'm guessing. Yeah, it had to be Ocean.
You think Steve Cap blazed?
Maybe Willie.
I heard
everyone fucking blazes, bro.
I heard Tony would frequently match bowls with Toss Papas, but that's just what I heard.
Yeah.
Toss is probably trying to lace him. Yeah. Flip your board, Hawk.
That was a good toss.
Dude, that documentary they had was
insane.
Everyone should watch it, but also
that's like
with a grain of salt.
That's like the loose change of skateboard documentaries. You're familiar with the loose change documentaries about 9/11?
Yeah.
Yeah, that documentary.
It really is. It's all about the 900.
Yeah.
But, I mean, don't get mad at Tony Hawk for having the most marketable name in skateboarding. Who do they want to give a video game? Toss Papas, Pro Skater?
Yeah.
Or Tony Hawk, Pro Skater? I mean...
Yeah, I mean, Toss Papas sounds like an overpriced potato dish.
I mean, if anybody got played, it wasn't Toss Papas, it was fucking Colin McKay. He did 3 NBDs.
Mm-hmm. And he had to hang out with Danny Way for all those years.
Yeah, he did 3 NBDs.
He's lucky he got away without getting murdered.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we'll save that one for another time.
Well, we'll save that for when we get Danny Way on the podcast and we directly ask him about killing people.
No, you guys need to link up with Jason Ellis because he runs a podcast.
Dude, I would... Oh, does he?
Yeah. Red Dragons.
Wait, a skateboard podcast?
No,
wait, Red Dragons, real quick.
You could call it like, I don't know, just interviews whoever, but the interviews where he talks with skaters are always really cool because he's so... no longer attached with the skate community, that he'll just kind of talk about whatever. Where that one interview he had with Colin McKay, where he's like talking about the whole Danny Way situation with Colin, and it's like you can clearly tell like Colin's getting like real uncomfortable and shit.
Yeah,
like not trying to talk about it. I don't know. It's just pretty cool. Just get like actual interview, you know.
Yeah,
that's weird. That's cool because I always thought I was like, a skateboard podcast is a great idea. I don't understand why more people haven't done it besides us. But it's cool that Jason, what was his name? Jason Ellis? Is
Jason
that what you
Ellis?
said?
Yeah,
whatever.
Secret Skate Park, Tony Hawk.
He sounds like some Australian dude or whatever. But I'm glad that he has what is it? A podcast?
Yeah, he's got a podcast. He's the Shark Heart homie. He ate
the Heart of the Shark. Interesting.
The Heart of the Shark.
Yeah. Is that what his podcast is called?
It should be, but
really should.
That's an oversight.
Yeah.
Well, you know, before we leave, you know, the podcast, I just want to mention to you, I know this is coming out left field because we're talking about Jason Ellis, but maybe he skated for Indy. I don't know. But I just wanted to mention the cultural influence that Grind Queen has had.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe you see where I'm going with this, with the Indy truck thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, since last time we've talked, they've already taken the logo off the base plate.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is fucking crazy.
But it's also crazy that just happened. Like, was that like a week and a half ago or something? That we saw the first one of that.
I saw it happen in Canada, maybe like a couple months ago, and then a homie of mine just sent me an image of a truck that he received at his local without the image on the base plate, which is crazy. I mean,
took them long enough,
and you can pretty much credit yourself for being a big sort of bully pulpit in this scenario of influencing independent truck company of taking the Iron Cross off of their truck as a logo.
Yeah, how does it feel to know that you bullied a truck company into taking their racist, logo off of their product? I hope good.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy it's funny to see people who follow the page who don't know it's me, and they're all like, "Oh, I'm riding Aces now." Like, "Oh, I've got Crooks now." And I've even seen some people on like the Destructos and shit. But it's just funny to see how the social media and the internet and just people, they're just very, based off of looks and just judging it. And I mean, yeah, the Iron Cross is kind of played out anyways. It's not really like, it's not really the best logo out there. They could have done better. It would have been better if they just would have completely changed their base plate to the old Tensor base plate.
That would have been better.
And just kept some like weird, Iron Cross looking shield on there. Just molded it into plastic. But I mean, it's just, you see a lot of these, companies having to make a change because people are starting to be like, yo, what the fuck's going on with that? And, I mean, good for independent. I don't even have to make fun of them anymore because they've already fucking changed the logo. What am I going to do? I'm not going to keep making fun of them. That's just too easy of a joke to make, so now it's just kind of,
Now they're just like a shitty silver
it's
truck
just a
with nothing on
it.
it.
Base plate. Yeah. It's pretty boring.
It's the generic truck.
Yeah. So
they fucked up.
I hear it's a good quality truck though. I never really rode independent, but
they're too heavy.
Apparently
that's what I always
think.
They're too heavy.
I guess they're built to grind.
That's what
I've heard.
But you gotta like grind through half the truck to even make it like light enough to be skatables.
Listen, I bet if we grew up with like plenty of transition around where we could, like, that would be great.
Yeah,
I bet those Indies would be great.
Great for slash.
Front slash around some like pool coping. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But in these harsh New England winters where you're just trying to muster up enough energy to pop off the ground in 20-degree weather.
Oh, I know.
You're going to want those light-ass Crux trucks.
Yeah.
You know?
Those K5s.
You know, you want those K5s with the, noon improved, pivot cup to ball joint.
And the down low Kingpin.
Oh, yeah, especially that down low Kingpin, because you don't want to be sticking on any front Smith grinds on any of these crusty-ass New England ledges.
Mm-hmm.
And, I love those crusty-ass ledges, because then you know you're grinding. You hear that.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Shalom.
Mm-hmm.
Need that Grind Queen track. It's stage 3. It's coming soon.
Oh, dude, we're looking forward to that stage 3. Can you give us any insight on what we can expect to see on that?
We're always about technology and enhancing the grind.
So is it like Bluetooth compatible, or what we talking here?
If anything, might just keep it simple and throw the silver truck rim protectors on the side.
Dude, I was gonna ask, when are we gonna see the silver truck rim protector?
Dude, that was the next question I was gonna ask, dude.
Because, those are great. As
Absolutely.
a young kid, you're trying to learn kick flips.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, you might be trying to fucking Smith flip primo slide like fucking Lucas Puig fully flared.
Best
Oh,
freaking
man.
video.
You're gonna want
should
the
have been the
silver.
ender.
You're gonna want the silver truck rim
That's true.
protectors.
Yeah.
That's true.
So that way, when you're trying to switch out your bearings, put in a new set of pig bearings,
Mm-hmm.
You can get your wheel and your truck nut back on there, because that was always fucking hellacious experience.
That can be very difficult.
Yeah, just nobody likes the kid pulling up into the local, trying to rethread their shit. They're always like, oh, just buy a new truck. It's like, oh, you don't have fucking $45 right now. I'm just really trying to put my wheel back on.
Right.
Don't give me a hard time right now. And then some dudes will be like, oh, I'm not really a flip guy.
Yeah, it's true.
Now,
Some people out there don't like flip.
Yeah, and if if you don't know the double primo reference, then
Get the hell out of my town.
get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
Not welcome in Shalom County.
exactly.
Shalom.
Well, Grind Queen, I want to thank you again for being on the podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
Thanks
That
for
was-
having me.
that was a real treat. We didn't expect to have a guest today besides Nancy.
No, we were just going to shoot the shit the entire time.
And then you hacked in.
Yeah.
Pretty easy password. Skater Dice 69.
Yeah.
First T guess.
First T guess.
Well, normally I'd say I would change the password, but yeah, so just leave it the same. Any of you Sweaty and Deranged fans out there, if you want to pop into one of the episodes, go ahead and just pop into the Zoom call. I'm not going to tell you when it's happening, but if you want to just give it a go and try that password, you'll probably be able to hack it.
Yeah, is there any last words that you want to say to all of our Sweaty and Deranged fans before you leave, Grind Queen?
Yeah, or anything that you want to plug?
I want to say, even though we got a little branched off, and because, it's not our fault, we just start talking about these great skate memories here.
Steve Barrow.
We only have so much time to talk. But I do want to thank Element for actually sending me that flat bar. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Well, that's nice of them because Pizza Skateboard stole the flat bar,
Yeah.
which
so,
we didn't even get
Oh,
to
yeah,
cover.
we didn't finish the flat bar
Yeah,
story,
no,
actually. Why don't we just finish that, and that'll be the end there.
That's the cap.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
So you were going to have, I think we left off that you were going to have a game of skate with front lip big spin in Pennsylvania with an Element flat bar. You loaded it into your car.
Yeah, showed up. We finally met up. I reached out to the good homie Walken Ball,
Mm-hmm.
because I know he lives in Jersey.
Right.
So I'm like, come mediate this, just in case front lip gets sour about the fact that I got an endless bag of rail tricks, flat bar ledge. It's game on. So I was like, just in case
Smith
this guy
grind,
gets
Nolly Smith, the
yes.
list goes on.
just in case this guy gets sour about losing.
Yep.
I'm gonna need the good homie there.
You're gonna need
just in case.
We'll call backup.
Is it's you
Some
never
muscle.
know. With these online personas, you never know who's behind the account.
Absolutely.
It's all. I'm not. At the end of the day, I just want to see if I can beat you to skate. It doesn't need to go beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
If you think your meme account is better than mine, so be it.
Right.
But
You're wrong.
I still want to beat you in a game of skate on a flat bar.
Yep.
So, get down there. it's crazy because I meet him, we're chilling, and Weck is there, and we're starting to warm up. You know, next thing I know, fucking van pulls up. What's his name? Zach Kovacs or some shit like that. Ducky.
Oh, Bucky.
Yeah, and Michael Paluzzi.
Yep, Ducky Kovacs.
The flat
and
bar
Michael
homie.
Paluzzi.
That
Yep.
guy is always doing crazy combinations on rails. And dude, they just hopped out, just completely nabbed the flat bar, hop back in the van, they take off. And next thing we know, they're bringing the flat bar all these famous spots.
So Pizza Skateboards literally stole the flat
They
bar.
literally stole the flat bar.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's cool. I can't really be mad at them because they took it to incredible places. They showed the flat bar a lot of love. They did a lot of crazy tricks on it. You know, they brought it to Clipper, which I asked them to. I said, hey, if you're going to steal my flat bar, bring it to Clipper. And you know what? The good homie Eric at Pizza said, Shalom.
Shalom.
So, you know, time went on. Element reached out to me, which is crazy because so many sponsored ads for flat bars, which is showing up in people's feeds, that I probably got like over 500 messages about like, yo, you're never going to guess what showed up.
Yeah, I was getting so many sponsored ads for flat bars.
So Element actually reached out to me and was like, yo, what's going on with this? And I just told them the story. I said, yeah, we were about to have a game of skate and shit got jacked. And they were like, wow, that's crazy. Let me get another one in the mail. So a good homie from Europe, he shipped out 2 flat bars. And they were like duct taped together with the label on the inside of one of the packages. I guess they had sent one to Pizza, which is crazy. I don't know why they needed one.
Because they already stole yours.
Right.
Yeah, so they were like, oh, Pizza's in on this? Okay, let's do it. So they sent one to Pizza and one to myself, but they sent them both to Pizza because their shipping label was on the outside. Pizza was able to get a hold of it, which is crazy, because now they, you know, luckily I was smart enough to know not to put my own information on the packing label. I had a good Shalomi homie help me out with an address for the flat bar. So Pizza actually thought that they were able to, you know,
track you down.
Exactly.
But no, they're not that smart.
No, I stayed one step ahead. And, yeah, after they realized that my friend was kind of legit and everything seemed chill, I guess they had some mutuals. And they weren't able to get to the bottom of it, so then Pizza ended up just sending the other flat bar back. So I had flat bar shipped around the world. Now it's here. And gonna be putting out a video for it. You know, maybe you guys are familiar with the William Patrick Almost Round 3.
Oh, yeah.
But,
our boy T-Bone.
Yeah, expect a very similar edit based around an Element flat bar.
Heck yeah.
Can we expect T-Bone?
God, I hope so.
Oh, maybe we should get T-Bone on the podcast.
I wonder what he's been up to. He's probably an SD.
Oh, he's an SD. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, shout out to Element. They actually really sent a flat bar, which is crazy. Because, I mean, that fucking hunk of metal doesn't even want to stand up straight. It's so fucking lopsided.
And how would you rate Element brand trucks?
I would give them an alarming 2 out of 5 stars.
2 out of 5 Shalomies.
2 out of 5 because they got no business being in the truck game, but they have enough money to make a truck.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Can't stop them.
Yeah, so they're there.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
You really did.
Well, I guess they'll wrap it up here for this, return of the season 4 Fanslab podcast.
Yeah, you know, it is a good time to wrap it up. And, you know, I don't know if you got anything to plug. I mean, I don't have anything to plug.
Yeah, Fanslab Skateboards.
Oh, Fanslab Skateboards? I wasn't sure if maybe you wanted to plug your Twitch channel, because I know you've been playing some video games on there.
No, not yet. That's up and coming. I mean, people can be aware of it and look out for our Twitch channel. But we're going to be playing some Mario Kart on there. But also, I kind of want to have a soft start and just for the majority of the Twitch channel, I think people will really enjoy watching classic skate videos along with us in the Fancy Lad crew. So I'm gonna hook up the VCR to the Twitch, stream it, and you'll see us watching the video, commenting on it. It's like a commentary.
I'll watch the DC video with you guys from my deserted island.
Shalom. So that's going to be great for all you skate video cucks out there. But so I guess that's been it for this episode.
Yep.
All right, well.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Hey, thanks for hacking
Shalom.
into this.
Yep. Thanks again for being on.
We appreciate it. Well, we'll see you guys later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.